What is good? What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are here tonight to talk about Kingdom Hearts. It's been a little bit. Last time we talked about the series was about Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. That's been, a couple of weeks now, I guess. But yeah, man, we are here. We are here to chat about Kingdom Hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot to discuss tonight. Goodness gracious. What does all this mean? We have leaks, we have news, we have some new releases. Well, quote unquote new releases. We have some stuff going on over at Square Enix. There's just a lot of stuff is happening right now. A lot of stuff is happening right now with the Kingdom Hearts series. And we need to sit down and have a conversation. We need to sit down and discuss it. And I'm going to be playing Kingdom Hearts 1 here in the background as well while we are discussing it. But there is a lot of stuff that we need to talk about. It's very interesting what is happening right now. I will say that. It is very interesting what is happening right now on a number of fronts. And some of it has me concerned, but I will say for the most part, I'm very excited with where things are going, not only with the Kingdom Hearts franchise, not only with the Kingdom Hearts series, but also with Square Enix in general. So that would also include Final Fantasy. So we're going to be talking a little bit about Final Fantasy tonight as well. And we have a guest coming on stream right now, and that is none other than the Wizard of Wordplay. What is up, my man?
Hello. I wasn't aware of any Kingdom Hearts news.
Yeah, there's actually quite a bit. I wouldn't say it's anything major, but it's more so the implications of what this means for, I would say, the very near future. So, number one, Kingdom Hearts is coming to Steam. That got announced. It's finally coming to Steam. It's been on the Epic Games Store for a bit. And I've heard some complaints about the Epic Games Store version. But no, it's finally coming to Steam. And
I did hear that.
Yeah. So people are very excited about that. And I think, given that there's been some leaks that have come out about Kingdom Hearts 4, around the same time that we got this confirmation of the Steam version of pretty much all the other games in the series coming over to Steam, to me it suggests that Square Enix is getting ready to ramp up the marketing cycle for Kingdom Hearts 4. There is talk, there is rumors that we are actually going to get a trailer this summer, probably at Summer Games Fest, and that's going to kick off the promotion for the game leading up to its release, which to me makes a lot of sense because we just got done releasing Final Fantasy 16 last year. We just got done releasing 7 Rebirth a couple of months ago. So the next big AAA title in Square Enix's catalog is Kingdom Hearts 4. So now would be the time to really start pushing it.
Yeah.
One of the dates that I did hear for a potential trailer coming out is June 13th. I did hear that. Was it June 13th? I believe it was. It was either June or July 13th.
Well, it's got to be July because July is 7, so it'd be 7 and 13.
Yeah, I think that's kind of been the idea. Yeah. Oh yeah. So it has to be July. Let's see. How long is Summer Games Fest actually going on? Like, when does it start? Let me check real quick. Let's see. Summer Games Fest 2024. It is starting June 7th. So does it run through July, or is it just going to be in June?
I think it's like a week.
Okay, well, if it's just going to be in June, then if the rumor is if the rumor is that it's going to get a trailer in at Summer's Game Fest, then it's got to be in June. It's got to happen in June in that case. So yeah, let's just go ahead. We'll dive into the leaks. Well, I do want to pull up the Steam trailer first. Let me grab that real quick. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So we did get the Steam trailer for basically the entire Kingdom Hearts series, with the absence of Melody of Memory for some reason. And I can't play the whole trailer because it have Simple and Clean and
well, you could probably just mute it.
Well, that's true. That's true.
They're not gonna say anything that we haven't already heard.
Yeah, but Simple and Clean is any Hikaru Utada music is just instant copyright issues.
Yeah, because it's like they even license it, like, right? Like they,
yeah,
like it's not their thing.
Yeah, it's yeah, unfortunately, it's been like that since YouTube has been around. Or well, I guess I should say since Google bought YouTube. That's when they really got corporate.
Yeah.
But there's always been issues with her music. But basically every game in the series besides the mobile stuff, for obvious reasons, and for some reason Melody of Memory, I don't really understand why that one's missing. I get the mobile stuff because
that feels it feels like maybe just an oversight, because when they've done these collections before, that's what they include, and they'll just probably just have Melody of Memory just there, or just later on, like, oh yeah, we forgot about Melody of Memory.
Yeah. I did hear, and I'm going to be honest with you, I find this to be very unlikely. But some people have been saying, well, maybe they're holding off on Melody of Memory because it's going to get DLC. People have been talking about Melody of Memory getting DLC since the game came out, which was like 2020, 2021, something like that. If it was going to get DLC, it would have gotten it already.
Yeah, unless they're going to do it as like a final mix version and then just basically re-release it, sort of.
I mean, maybe. But to me, it's like all you're doing is adding songs. It's a rhythm game.
Yeah.
So,
and what I mean, I know there's ones they cut, but are there any like people are like, come on, like that's the one that wasn't in there?
Mostly it's stuff from Kingdom Hearts 3 that people want.
Yeah.
Because the Kingdom Hearts 3 section of Melody of Memory was very limited compared to the sections of the game dedicated to the rest of the series.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the big one that people want. They just want more Kingdom Hearts 3 songs.
They'll probably just end up doing another rhythm game like that down the line, I imagine, with 4 and whichever else aren't included.
I mean, probably it wouldn't surprise me because Nomura does love the rhythm stuff for some reason. Obviously, we had Atlantica in Kingdom Hearts 2. We had a music mini game in Birth by Sleep. He likes the rhythm stuff for some reason, and so I wasn't surprised that we got an entire game dedicated to the rhythm stuff. It just, I don't know, it just seemed like a Nomura thing to do. Yeah, what's up, Naga? But yeah, it's I doubt we're gonna get DLC at this point for Melody of Memory. I mean, I would love it, but I doubt it's gonna happen. I will say this trailer, and I wish I could play the music because it's like a slowed down version of Simple and Clean. I wish I could play the music, but I watched this trailer and it's just very, very nostalgic. Like seeing basically the entire Xehanort saga all together. It was nice.
I like the kind of like the opening of like Face My Fears, with like how it kind of goes through the whole story, and then you're like,
yeah,
like it puts it all together.
Yeah, Connects everything. It reconnects Kingdom Hearts. How many times?
Hey-oh.
Yeah. I'm so glad that they dropped that. See, right here, like Kingdom Hearts Remind, why do they treat that like it's a separate thing? It's just Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. That's all Remind is. It's still Kingdom Hearts 3.
I guess because it's been a separate purchase, you know? Like I guess the idea is that it's included when you get it. I don't think you have to purchase it separately. Cuz which basically like it's a final mix, and that's why like I just want them to release uh an arena mode and just have Kingdom Hearts 3 final mix. But
I still don't get why there was not a Coliseum in Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean,
yeah, and like I said, especially like let us play as Kyrie and Roxas and Aqua, the people that we got to play as in the DLC, and just do that forever, just for the fun of it with different challenges, boss rush mode, whatever.
yeah. I mean, you could have even had like an online function to where you could have like, fought other players or done like some co-op missions. I mean, it didn't have to be anything. It didn't have to be anything big. Could have been just limited to the Coliseum, but it would have been something.
Or like time tables or like leaderboards and stuff.
Right.
Because if you added online functionality, that's a whole can of worms. But even just like, because Unreal Engine, I imagine just to be like the modders have already done it. Like select this character, enemy wave, round 1. And then they had that back in 2002 or whatever. It's like,
yeah,
why is it not in this?
Yeah,
especially because it's a mainline Kingdom Hearts. 1 has a Coliseum, 2 has a Coliseum, 3 has no Coliseum.
Yeah, it's just, and I think that's probably my biggest problem with 3 is that the stuff that's actually in 3 is not bad at all. There's a lot of good stuff in 3. My problem with 3 is the stuff that's not there. I come to expect certain things with a numbered Kingdom Hearts title, especially the finale of the Xehanort saga. You expect like the greatest hits of the saga at that point. And it just felt lacking compared to 1 and 2 in that regards. No Colosseum, no Final Fantasy secret boss. And I mean, it didn't even have to be Sephiroth. I mean, if they're doing what I think they're doing and they're setting things up to where Cloud and Sephiroth are going to be in Quadratum, like maybe when they vanished after they're fighting Kingdom Hearts 2, they ended up going over to Unreality, going over to Quadratum. That could be possible. If they do that, that's fine. But then have a substitute in Sephiroth's place for Kingdom Hearts 3. And I'm telling you, the perfect character would have been Gilgamesh. So imagine going to San Francisco and you have that one area with the bridge. It's never used again outside of a battle gate and the opening fight in that world. But you have this big bridge in San Francisco. Gilgamesh's battle theme is Battle on the Big Bridge. Have that be the location where Gilgamesh appears and you fight him.
Yeah.
Would have worked. Would have been cool. Again, I would have preferred Sephiroth, but if they're saving it for Kingdom Hearts 4 and they're going to do a whole thing with Cloud there, fine, great. But then substitute it with something. Gilgamesh, or hell, Bahamut in Toy Box. You actually have figurines in Toy Box of Bahamut, Ifrit, and I think the other one was Odin. You could have had one of those figures get possessed by a Heartless, and we could have fought that.
Well, you got a ship from another video game in the gummy ship secret boss, and you got Yuzora, which is basically Noctis.
Yeah, basically Noctis reborn.
So they tried. They
didn't try hard enough. The bastards.
Imagine if the Yuzora fight starts with Sephiroth standing in like the final world looking place or whatever, the astral plane, if the theories are be correct.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
then like he's like, I'm gonna. It's like round 3, and then he like Sephiroth gets cut by Yuzora's sword, and he like no no.
Yeah, I think they really ought to go wild with Quadratum. Just make it huge. Make it just full of different characters. Like, just go for it. Have fun with it.
Yeah, instead of just human world.
Yeah. Um, Ryan Gold says it would be hilarious if the Gilgamesh you fight is the same Gilgamesh who has been traveling around the Final Fantasy multiverse. I think they should have done that. I think it should have been the same Gilgamesh. And the reason why is because number one, Final Fantasy is a multiverse. Number two, we're dealing with alternate realities. So you could have had Gilgamesh from the main Final Fantasy reality cross over to the Kingdom Hearts reality. Screw it. I mean, tie it in with this whole alternate reality stuff that's been happening with Yozora. You could have done it. And I do kind of wonder on that note, is Square Enix setting up some kind of multiverse where all of their games are connected?
Yeah, that'd
Because
be.
when you look at oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that'd be crazy. If they.
Because when you look at Kingdom Hearts and you look at the similarities between Yozora, Verum Rex, and the original idea of Versus 13, when you look at this game that's coming out on the Switch called Reynatus, that has a very similar vibe to Verum Rex to Versus 13. Have you seen that?
No.
Okay. It is very, very similar to what we're getting with Yozora. So,
Well,
I
and then
mean,
you have World Ends with You, right?
yes.
That's in that same group.
Yeah. It's like right here you can just tell like that looks like a
Yeah.
version of Yozora. Yeah, because like there's a Shibuya in Quadratum, but Nomura has said, well, it's not the same Shibuya as The World Ends with You. So again, there's just some weird language going on here, and I'm just thinking, are they setting up a multiverse to where all of this shit is connected? Or like, are we gonna get like the Super Smash Brothers of Square Enix at some point?
Yeah, like some type of final boss that all the protagonists have to team up against or something.
Yeah, like I don't know, like what Super Square Brothers or something. Like
Yeah. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. But the turns out Sora's not in this Smash either. It's like, what?
um Orion Gold says that Gilgamesh's reasoning for fighting Sora is on an attempt to steal his Keyblade. Oh yeah, because Gilgamesh is interested in powerful weapons, particularly Excalibur. Movie Madness has got an interesting series of posts here. I don't think Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming in 2025. Here's how I think the current release schedule is going to go. Early 2024, Rebirth, check. Mid to late 2024, Missing Link, I agree with that. 2025, promotion for Kingdom Hearts 4 begins. All right, so I think the promotion for Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to begin this summer. I think it's going to start in the summer, and I think it's going to continue from there on a consistent basis. The game releases in 2026. Yeah, as much as I would like Kingdom Hearts 4 to release in 2025, um at this point, if we're just now starting the marketing in the summer of 2024, I think 2025 might be eh, let me clarify. Early 2025 to mid 2025 would probably be too early for the game to release. The earliest I could see it happening is late 2025, early 2026. And that's just based on how Square Enix has done things in the past.
Yeah. We'll know when the entire game is spoiled in their own trailers. And then the game will be out.
I really hope they don't do that again
They're gonna
because
do it. They're gonna do it. They do it every time. They don't stop.
they did that with Kingdom Hearts 3. It was
Yeah.
way too much. It
They
was
did it
just
with, I think they did it with Rebirth or thing, or they remake or, I know I saw it with something where I was like, that just looks like the whole game.
yeah. I'm just
They
I
can't help themselves.
when we got the trailer that showed the 13 Xehanort replicas and Skullhead Kylum, that was too much. At that point, it was way too much.
Don't you also see like the everyone dying too? Like, didn't they put that out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scene where Sora starts screaming in Keyblade Graveyard. Yep.
Like, I think you only need to show the Disney worlds, and that's it.
I think the most we should have gotten in terms of main story content is the anti-Aqua reveal, and that's it.
Yeah.
I honestly think that anti-Aqua trailer probably should have been the last trailer.
But
That
I wasn't keeping up with it luckily at that point because I wasn't into the franchise yet. But I don't even want to know the Disney worlds like going into 4. I just want that moment where like because they probably won't do it because in 3 it was kind of just meh. But in Kingdom Hearts 1, when you fly to the planet and then it like zooms out and like it gets closer and closer and it's like, oh, you just see the planet first and then you get the name. Like I like that moment of like, what is it? What's it gonna be? Figure it
yeah.
out. So I don't even want to. If it's, I don't want to know if we're going to all these places. I want to just, oh, that's Endor, and then the Death Star is floating around it, and there's little like X-wings shooting and flying around it, like something
Yeah,
like that.
that's probably asking the impossible, to be honest, because I do wonder, particularly when it comes to the Disney World, how much control that Square has over marketing that compared to Disney, because Disney might really want to, market their content. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's not really up to them. It's up to me to just be like, I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. Like that's
Oh
fine.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, in that case, you might want to stay away from this channel until Kingdom Hearts
Yeah, no,
4
that
comes out,
that that'll be
because
the thing. It'll be like we'll be like talking about it, and I'll be like, oh, I don't.
once the next trailer drops, I mean, my channel, this channel kicks back into high gear. I mean, I don't have a
Yeah.
choice. You know what I mean? Like that, Kingdom Hearts is kind of my main thing when it comes to gaming. Like I got to cover it.
Yeah.
Um, but no, Movie Madness. I do agree. I think it's going to be at the earliest late 2025, early 2026. That's what I think.
When did
Um,
um when did 3 come out? Was that in like December or
January 2019.
okay, so they can do it early like that if they want.
Yeah. Um, I could see it being so. I would put a 6 months a 6 month window of anywhere from October 2025 to March 2026. That's what I'm thinking.
That makes sense. Because I don't feel like they're gonna go too deep into 2026. Because they shouldn't had to because 3 they had to do all that work for the engine and all that stuff, and they have
Well,
that more or less
yeah,
figured out now.
yeah. Three's development was a bit of a mess too, because Uh, they lost an entire year of development. When they
Yeah.
first started working on Kingdom Hearts 3, they were using a different engine. I think it was the Luminous engine they were using. It's the same engine that Final Fantasy 15 was built on. And they were using that for Kingdom Hearts 3 during the first year of development. And then they gave up on the Luminous engine because they had a shit ton of problems out of it. And they went over to the industry standard at the time, which was Unreal Engine 4. And Kingdom Hearts 3 basically restarted development from there. And that's
Yeah.
why the first couple of trailers for Kingdom Hearts 3 that were released, they look very different from the trailers that we got a couple of years later, because
Yeah.
they were built on two different engines. Because that first Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer was built on the 15 engine. Um let's see. There should have been a secret boss in every world. Um, like a new secret boss, that would have been too much. However, I do think with the battle or the is it called Battle Gates? Yeah, I think it's
I
called
think
Battle
yeah,
Gate.
they're battle gates. Yeah,
Yeah, I do think if you're not going to have the Colosseum, then make the battle gates similar to the tournaments by having like waves of enemies and then a boss at the end. And it could have been like a stronger version of a boss that was fought during the main story in that world. So, like the battle gate in Toy Box, you have waves of enemies, and then you fight a stronger version of the King of Toys, or um Arendelle, waves of enemies, and then like a powered up version of Skull, something like that. Or and if you want to be really juicy, really creative, and bring back a blast from the past, in
Ice Titan.
Olympus, have the Battle Gate have you fight Hades, since we didn't get a fight with them in the main
I'd
story.
say like in Arendelle have Ice Titan if you wanted to.
That would be crazy.
Imagine how like much of a chump Ice Titan would be in three's combat because you could jump up to his face and like actually like get him and not hang up on the bleachers and reflect his icicles at him.
Oh, you do fight Ice Titan in 3.
Well, yeah, you do, but he's just part of the,
Yeah. It's
the
it's a
group of
team
all of them.
fight. Yeah.
But like if you just had like Kingdom Hearts 1 Ice Titan with Kingdom Hearts 3's combat, you'd be
Oh
like
yeah.
right up next to him, smacking him in the face.
um. Yeah, I do think if they weren't going to go with the tournaments, the battle gates should have been akin to the tournaments in terms of their structure. Because
Yeah.
I just find most of the battle gates to be lackluster. They're
Yeah,
just
like there were a lot of them were just thrown there, like or all reskins or reuses, and yeah,
yeah. It was like they were getting close to the release of the game, and they were like, "Oh shit, we forgot tournaments. Just chuck in these battle gates. It'll be fine."
yeah. It's post-launch content. Throw these battle gates in there.
Yeah, pretty much. Now the tournaments thing pisses me off because when you go to that world, you have what are they? Athena, Apollo, and Hermes are just there for like one scene. And I thought, oh, that's introducing them briefly to set up tournaments to where we're gonna have like a Hermes Cup and an Athena
Yeah,
Cup and an Apollo Cup and then a Zeus Cup instead of a Hades Cup, and we got no cups. And it's like, well, that was
yeah.
fucking pointless.
I imagine it was cut or something. Like I'm sure there's a something somewhere that's like they couldn't finish it.
Yeah, I got a feeling there was actually quite a bit of cut content for Kingdom Hearts 3. Um,
Yeah,
I know for a fact that Leon and the Radiant Garden team were going to be in the main game at one point because there is they actually found a model for Leon in the base game. So the Final Fantasy characters were going to be part of the main story, which
yeah.
means we probably would have visited Radiant Garden in the main story. I mean, they could have done it where they were just in cutscenes, kind of like Yenzo, but I would like to think that that meant we were going to get Radiant Garden in the main story at some point, but it just got cut. Um, and then there's a lot of speculation that Larxine's Ice Labyrinth was originally going to be Elsa's Ice Palace, and it was going to be like a dungeon area inside of her Ice Palace, which honestly would have made a lot more sense.
I feel
And
I feel like it like in my head it was. I guess I just didn't pay much attention.
yeah, well, see, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like it would have fit so well. It's just like this feels like this was repurposed. You know what I mean?
yeah. Maybe
Um,
the original plan was to have Elsa be a villain that you fought,
oh, I
and
think
then
she
just
was intended to be a boss.
yeah,
See,
Disney put the kibosh to it.
yeah, I think what we were going to do is we were going to get trapped in her ice palace for whatever reason. And by the time we got back up to the top of the palace, we would have gotten the scene where, Anna confronts Elsa, trying to get her to come back to the kingdom and stop the storm. And Elsa would have accidentally hit her with the ice, and her heart would have started freezing. Sora would have misunderstood the situation, and that would have initiated a boss fight with Elsa.
Or Larxene like got a Heartless to like take over her heart or something. And
Yeah.
she's like in a haze and she's like evil.
So, because if you notice, I mean, it's a RPG tradition. Like when you have a dungeon like that, there's usually like some kind of boss at the end of it, and there was
Yeah.
nothing at the end of Larxine's labyrinth. Nothing. You just escape and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So it felt like it was repurposed. I feel, and that's a lot of people have speculated that. Um, I think originally Elsa was probably either going to be a boss or potentially a party member, but they didn't want her taking damage, getting hit,
Mm-hmm.
because she's their most
She's their
popular
Mickey. She's
princess.
their Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, pretty much. She is their most popular princess, without a doubt, at least for now. What's up, Paul Rolo? How you doing?
Yeah, that is weird that they'll let them do so much with Mickey, but it's the Elsa. They're like, no.
Yeah, who cares about Mickey anymore? Disney's like, fuck Mickey. We
But
got
and
us.
like and all their princesses got captured in the very first game.
I know. It's interesting because the reason why Mickey, you don't hardly see him in the first game is because Disney wanted to keep him limited because they didn't know how successful the game was going to be, and they didn't want to ruin. If the game was terrible, they didn't want it to be a blemish on Mickey's image. Now that the game is popular and it's really taken off, they use Mickey in all sorts of ways.
Mm-hmm.
But they won't do that with Elsa. They will not do that with Elsa.
Yeah.
My predictions for likely worlds in Kingdom Hearts 4 is Zootopia, Moana, Inside Out, Coco, and Star Wars. I would like to see Zootopia, but I can't say it's like in my top 10. Inside Out, I think would be interesting as well. I
I
don't know.
think Inside Out is summon. Like anger is a summon or something. Like I could because that's an easy way to work it in without trying too hard.
Yeah. Moana, Coco, and Star Wars. So I did a Kingdom Hearts 4 world prediction video, which is still my most viewed video on any of my channels. It's got like 70,000 plus views, which is excellent. I wish I could get that on every video, but that's neither here nor there. And 3 of the worlds I predicted were Moana, Coco, and Star Wars. And Star Wars, obviously, because of the first Kingdom Hearts trailer or Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, where everybody's assuming that's probably Endor, that we saw, the forest. And Moana, I said because number one, it's really, really popular, but I've recently found out that Nomura actually really wanted that world in Kingdom Hearts 3. However, Kingdom Hearts 3 was too far in development by the time the movie came out, and so it couldn't get in. But Nomura really wanted Moana in Kingdom Hearts 3. And then Coco, I think we're going to be dealing with a lot of afterlife stuff in Kingdom Hearts 4, and Coco would be perfect for that. So those were 3 of the worlds.
I kind of want some of like the older ones still, but they also kind of used them all like that.
We
are
still
the
haven't got
cool ones.
Pocahontas.
Yeah, but like, yeah, that one. Have like Christian Bale's character be a summon. He like shoots him with a gun.
I feel like if we were going to get Pocahontas, it would have been probably Dream Drop Distance would have been the perfect game to put that into. Because
Yeah.
I had always assumed that whatever game the Hunchback of Notre Dame got introduced in would probably be the game that Pocahontas was also introduced into. Like they would come as a pair because they are kind of the black sheep of the Renaissance. So I kind of thought they would get in the same game together. And when Pocahontas was not in Dream Drop Distance, I was honestly kind of shocked. I was like, wow, really?
Yeah, I like Dream Drop at least give you the out that because they're Dream Eaters, that's all you're fighting. Whereas in the other games, like 2, you fought the pirates and Pirates of the Caribbean. So maybe they would have wanted like oh let's have fight the English, you know, or something like, you know, like it'd be hard to
Fight the
make all that
English.
work. You know, like even if it was just something like the battle gates in 3, but instead of going to the places that you already went to, when you just went to like a single arena from different movies, and then you could
Yeah.
just have like the river, like the river bend or whatever, like the camp or whatever, the tribe place, or you know, whatever, the willow tree, you know,
Yeah.
and you could fight a bunch of heartless in that, and then the next gate, you know, you're in on the ship from Treasure Planet, you know, or stuff like that, where it's just like we couldn't really work them into the full thing, but we're giving them a little reference, you know, like just
Yeah.
for fun. That'd be
By
cool.
the way, guys, it did just start storming. I just heard a huge crack of thunder. So if there's some thunder that gets picked up in the background, I apologize. And if for some reason the stream suddenly dies, that means the power went out. So just letting
You
you
gotta
guys know
you gotta
in
say it
advance.
right. You gotta go thunder,
Thunder.
deep freeze, fire.
What's he say for? Oh yeah, for gravity he says force.
Force, yeah. Stop.
My
Defend.
choices for underrated summon characters in Kingdom Hearts 4 would be Adult Bambi. Okay. Todd and Copper. Who's Todd and Copper?
My brain goes to robots, but that's Blue Sky, so I don't think that's right.
Tron, Kita, and Jim Hawkins. I'm surprised Tron was not a. I feel like if Radiant Garden had. Well, see, I'm hoping Atlantis, as far as like Kita and Jim Hawkins, I'm hoping Atlantis and Treasure Planet actually end up as worlds in Kingdom Hearts 4. But I am actually kind of surprised that Tron was not a summon in Kingdom Hearts 3. And I feel like if we had gone to Radiant Garden, he probably would have been, because I could have seen a scene where they were in Ansem's laboratory, and not that we would have gone to Space Paranoids, but maybe we could have heard his voice over the computer or something,
Yeah.
and that
I
could have
I guess
unlocked a Tron summon.
like maybe at some point on the cutting room floor, like Wreck-It Ralph was Tron,
I
maybe, and
could
then
see that.
they changed it.
I could see that. Let's see. Tonic. Oh yeah, the Fox and the Hound. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I have not seen that movie in so long. That's a good movie though.
Yeah. Or like a summon like the Dream Eater one, but it's all the Dalmatians that you rescued in Kingdom Hearts 1. They're all older and they trample over whatever. They all
That
bite him.
that's another world I thought could have been in Dream Drop Distance. I would have loved
London.
I would have loved to beat the shit out of Corella Deville.
What would you have even called it? Like it would have like City of the Dalmatians or City of the Dogs or
Spotty London.
Spotty London. Well, because they don't do the name of it though, so it couldn't be London.
Um
There was never Paris. You go to Paris like 3 or 4 times, but it's never Paris.
Oh yeah, and in that game you go to Paris twice because the Country of the
Yeah.
Musketeers and
you go to
Hunchback.
Paris for Beast's Castle.
Let's see. Spotty.
Well, it's France. I don't know. I'm assuming it's Paris, but it's France.
What would you call it? Spotty. I keep wanting to say it'll be Spotty something.
Spotty. Yeah.
Spotty Town sounds generic.
What's like a British slang? Like, because it can't be like Berg, because like Berg is, well, that's like a Viking, what they used to call their places, Bergs. Shire.
Spotty Abbey, Spotty Downtown Abbey.
Spotted, or just Spotty or Spotted. In other words, like,
what's the most unlikely world you think that we could get? Unlikely world that we could get.
Like still like unlikely, like it won't happen, but still have the possibility of getting. Maybe Anastasia.
That's DreamWorks.
No, the one that Fox made that Disney now owns. Anastasia's Fox. It's not DreamWorks.
Wait, is she? Hold up, is she?
Yeah,
Wait.
Anastasia's a Disney princess by because the DreamWorks ones are Road to El Dorado, Sinbad, Prince of Egypt, and Spirit.
Oh shit! It is on Disney Plus.
Yeah, and
Okay, Anastasia's a
you can
princess.
you can get Rasputin, and
Okay,
then
that's
because he was voiced by Christopher Lloyd, this Rasputin is actually a secret Xehanort that we will discover.
damn. Okay, yeah. Um, I would say maybe the Black Cauldron because
Yeah,
Disney doesn't like to acknowledge that movie because it flopped back in the day, but it has such a huge cult following that I could see it happening. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm surprised that no one's picked up the Chronicles of Prydain, which is the book series that the Black Cauldron is based on. Um, I'm
um,
I'm surprised there hasn't been a studio to pick
wasn't
that up.
wasn't someone doing a Black Cauldron thing like Amazon or I thought someone brought Black Cauldron back.
I don't know. If Disney was smart, Disney would do it because the Chronicles of Prydain is actually. I recently read the series. It's actually pretty damn good.
Or
Um,
the other people that because they bought Blue Sky, so you would get I think Robots was Blue Sky, but you'd get Ice Age, so like Ice Age World
yeah,
with Sid the Sloth. You got to put your party members with Sid. Like, oh Shora,
I
oh Shora.
I just wonder how far. See, I think the most that we're going to get as far as like unusual worlds would be live action versions of worlds that we've already visited. So I'm thinking about like Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland or the live action Maleficent.
Yeah,
Um, because if this is a whole new reality, there could be versions of those characters that exist in this reality, but they're different from the ones that we know in the main Kingdom Hearts reality. And
yeah, that you could work in any of the live action remakes with that kind
yeah.
of idea.
Now I wouldn't want the ones that copy the story of the animated films. I wouldn't want those, but the ones that like have a different spin on everything, like the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland or Maleficent, would be fine. Because
Mm-hmm.
can you imagine Sora encountering a good version of Maleficent?
Yeah, a good Maleficent. Yeah,
I mean, that would be
yeah.
fascinating. And then I know that Nomura really likes the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland. Like he really likes that
Mm-hmm.
movie.
You could fight the Jabberwocky at the end of it.
Oh, that would be sick.
And they actually with an Alice that can fight because it's a fighting Alice and it's not a little girl
Yeah, and Alice that can actually do shit.
party member Alice.
Um, let's
And
see.
Wonderland also didn't really get a whole lot as far as like the Mad Hatter and all that. Like weren't even there. It was just Cheshire Cat and Queen of Hearts.
Yeah, which
So
I
it's like
guess if I
that would
guess
work. That would work in a lot of that.
I guess if we got the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland, we probably couldn't get another Pirates of the Caribbean in that game because you'd have two Johnny Depp characters
Yeah,
in the same
I would.
game.
I would because I wouldn't want another Pirates because then you're doing Pirates 4 or 5. And
Yeah,
that's weaker entries.
and they're good films. I especially like Barbossa in the fifth one, but
Yeah, I like the fifth one's fan service, but yeah, it
yeah,
wasn't. I
but if
prefer the trilogy.
yeah, they're definitely not they're not on the same level as what came before. I would be satisfied to beat up Amos and Slade in a Kingdom Hearts game along with Corella. So I think a Corella Deville boss fight would probably be you like in some kind of like guided rail section to where like you would be
She's in
doing
a
flow motion attacking her car or something.
Yeah, you're like jumping off of the London's lamp posts, like
Yeah.
jumping down the road. Or if
Yeah.
they do it like a Lion King style, where instead of being a human in that world, you're a dog, so that she's trying
Oh,
to
that'd be
skin you, Donald
interesting.
and Goofy.
Oh,
And so you have to like
that's dark.
you're puppy sized, so you jump up on her and do your air combos.
That is
It's like
dark.
the fight in it's like the Wonderland fight. You gotta jump off the table and, and hit her.
Would have been so much cooler if the Heartless were unknowingly coming from Elsa. It would have been. Because even though Elsa does become a princess of heart, she was not it was not determined that she was a princess of heart until the end of that world. Because Larxene says that throughout most of the story of that world, like her magic could either be light or dark, and it hadn't been determined yet. So I assume what that means is she did not actually become a princess of heart until the very end of that world. So she probably did have darkness up to that point to some extent.
What if they like went really crazy with the unreality stuff and like combined the worlds that are like they crash together? So like you could do like 101 Dalmatians and Mary Poppins like seamlessly.
Oh, that's another world that Nomura really likes is Mary Poppins. And
But like
he said the
like
only reason yeah.
imagine if it was like Treasure Planet and then Muppet Treasure Island, and then you have like two Long John Silvers.
I wish they would cross over the Disney stuff more, dude.
Like and then just make that the gimmick of a game where it's like these two worlds are crashed together and you have Pocahontas and maybe Peter Pan or something like with the Tiger Lily and Pocahontas or something like that, you know, like do some wacky stuff.
Yeah. I know why they don't, because it's part of the plot, like, oh, we have to protect the world order and blah blah blah
Yeah, but
blah.
maybe that's part like the world order is all in shambles because these worlds are crashing together or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, I wish they would do something like that. It would really shake up. It would
it'd be
shake
really
things
different.
up. And honestly, I thought they were gonna have something because where Sora has like the links in Kingdom Hearts 3, and it's based on bonds that he's made with characters in the past. He's able to
Mhm.
call upon their power. I thought that was setting up for something during Endgame, where like in the final battle with Xehanort, he was going to have like this like long series of reaction commands to where he would summon like every party member he's had throughout the series,
Yeah.
and they were all going to get a hit in on Xehanort, and that was going to be like the collective final blow. Like, can you imagine what that would be like? Like he just
Yeah.
starts summoning all of his party members. You got Hercules and Aladdin and maybe
Jack
Tarzan.
Skellington.
Depending on the legal issues, maybe Tarzan, Jack Skellington, Ariel, just all of them, just
Which Simba knows you in Kingdom Hearts 2 because you summon him in Kingdom Hearts 1.
yeah.
Do the Kingdom Hearts 3 summons understand what's going on when you summon them, or is that just more the power, the emotion?
I think it's the power. I
Yeah.
don't think he's actually summoning the characters. At least not physically. Now he might be summoning like maybe it's like an astral projection thing, like a Luke Skywalker thing. But if you notice, like all of the summons in Kingdom Hearts 3, they all have like these ethereal elemental bodies.
Yeah.
Like each one's an element.
Yeah.
Like, Ariel's water, Simba's fire, Meow Wow is supposed to be wind. Ralph is
Stitch is lightning.
yeah, Ralph is Data.
Yeah, Data slash maybe Earth because it's the bricks and he like builds and
Yeah. Which,
but
interestingly enough, we did not get a summon for Ice or Cure.
yeah.
And I feel like the two obvious ones, I think they could have done Jack Skellington for Ice.
Like
And
in his like Santa costume and he like,
yeah,
what's this? And he like throws snow.
yeah. And then like for Cure, the obvious one would be like Tinkerbell or something.
Yeah, if they wanted to bring Tinkerbell back. I was as because I know some people were saying in their head canons that they because Ariel wanted to see other worlds, that when they summon her, she can see the other worlds that you're summoning her to.
Yeah.
But it's like it'd be if they go back there at some point and they actually reference it, like, oh, we fought, you summoned my power or whatever, like, but
Yeah.
just that everything being canon, even the summons, like, yeah, your use of summons is canon for them.
Yeah, like I would love for Sora to actually like take Ariel to other worlds, or
Mm-hmm.
We still haven't got the promise from back in Kingdom Hearts 1 where Sora said that he was going to bring Kairi to Neverland and show her how to fly. That was something that still hasn't been paid off. But these are things, I mean, there's just like certain things that I really want to. My controller is glitching out like crazy. Holy crap. There's like certain things that I really want to see that have been foreshadowed or hinted at that just haven't been paid off yet.
Yeah. That's like I know like my like dream game would be a Kyrie game where she goes to the Disney sequel,
But we
like to
did we did get a
like the
Kyrie game. It's
yeah,
called
but
Melody of Memory.
like she goes to the DVD direct to DVD sequels of all the worlds that Sora went to. So the plot of like Peter Pan 2 Return to Neverland instead of Wendy's daughter is Kyrie. And so you do the
Mm.
same kind of thing about like like you have a Keyblade. Are you Sora? And like you're like you and it's like I'm Sora. I'm friends with Sora. And it's like, oh, if you're friends with Sora, then you're gonna love it here. So I used to
I'm
watch Peter Pan
just
2 all the time.
I'm just waiting for Kingdom Hearts 7 where Sora is 10 years older and he goes back to Atlantica and teams up with Melody.
Yeah, like though, like that kind of stuff. Like have the Kyrie meet Melody, and then and then have uh well then there's like the Pocahontas sequel, or Mulan 2.
Oh Lord, no, those sequels suck.
There's those ones, but like you could do a Frozen 2 if you wanted to do that right away.
That's another one I'm not going to be. I don't know how they would fit it into Kingdom Hearts 4 because we're in a different reality. So Arendelle back in the old reality, so I don't know how you would get to Arendelle.
Depending on how much unreality we might do half and half.
I think the whole game's taking place in unreality.
Yeah.
That because when Nomura said that Terra, Aqua, Ven, Roxas, Xion, Axel, they're not going to have a lot to do in Kingdom Hearts 4, that told me, okay, they're stuck over in the Kingdom Hearts reality. Sora's in unreality. That tells me that we're not going back to the main universe in this game.
How'd you like the theory or whatever about these princess platforms matching the Wayfinder trio?
I have not heard that theory.
Because Cinderella's thing is blue, and her and Aqua had like the most connection in the game. Snow White's is or it's Aurora's is orange or something, and that connects to Terra's and yeah, something like that, where it's like
and then Snow White's is green.
Yeah, because of Ventus's. Something like that.
That's interesting, but the thing is, well, I guess Terra did have the most interaction with Aurora because I don't think Aqua and Ven. I mean, Ven shows up and he's like, "Oh, she's really pretty," blah 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 blah, and then Aqua just fights Maleficent, and Philip runs into the castle and wakes her up. But so I guess Terra did have the most interaction with Aurora, but at the same time, that interaction was him stealing her heart. I mean, that's kind of messed up.
Well, it was guess more he more interacted with Maleficent over it like anything else.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I remember seeing something with like I don't know if it was a short or something mentioning that, but it was like a no. I don't know if Nomura like when he was making Birth by Sleep had that in mind or if that was just coincidence or.
No, it makes sense because even when you look at the world map in Birth by Sleep, the first Disney World that Ven goes to is Snow White, and the first Disney World Terra goes to is Sleeping Beauty, and the first Disney World Aqua goes to is Cinderella.
That could be the actual. I just remember that the colors matched Aqua, Terra, and Ventus, but I didn't know if it was that reason or just the first world thing. But
no, either way it makes sense because Nomura does crazy symbolism like that, so
yeah,
it works. A movie based on the original Muppets movie. Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't got anything Muppets related in Kingdom Hearts because that seems like something that they would want to do.
Like, imagine again, like putting the worlds together. So you have Mickey, or you have 101 Dalmatians, Mary Poppins, and then you have Muppet Christmas Carol. So Sora has to convince Scrooge to to be okay with Christmas. Like, no, Christmas is great, Scrooge. And he's like, and it's Michael Caine being like, no, Sora.
Oh yeah, Michael Caine did play Scrooge in that movie.
Yeah, he's probably one of the best Scrooges for being in a Muppet
Oh
movie.
yeah, that's true.
He loved that because he said like, I'm gonna play it completely serious because Scrooge is a very
serious character.
Serious character is a big character for like British actors to do. So
yeah,
he's gonna play. I'm just gonna play Scrooge 100% straight, and he does in that whole movie. So
oh yeah, the Christmas Carol is it's like a staple of British culture. I mean, it's one of their literary treasures.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Who. People are going to hate me for this, but I've never seen Doctor Who.
Neither have I.
I've never seen Doctor Who.
My friends liked it in high school, so I just always said it sucks. So that part of it still kind of lingers. Where I just go, it sucks.
There's one, oh yeah, the area in the ice labyrinth that's just a big empty room, but it could have been a battle arena. I think there was a boss plan for that labyrinth that got cut.
Yeah, all of Arendelle kind of sucks like that.
I think it's because that Disney interference. I really do.
Yeah.
Doctor Who, Metroid, Fire Emblem, and Earthbound would all be very unlikely in a Kingdom Hearts game as they are not Disney. Okay, they are not only unlikely, they're not going to happen.
It might as well.
That's the thing. If it's not a Disney property or it's not under the Disney umbrella, there's zero chance of it happening.
Am I crazy, or were Kingdom Hearts skins talked about for Fortnite recently?
That is another one of the things that has been leaked, or quote unquote leaked, is that, and when I say this, understand that the person that leaked this has actually been very accurate on their leaks. I mean, they have gotten, I don't think they've gotten anything wrong so far, because they were the ones that were leaking the NVIDIA stuff, and on there was like Kingdom Hearts Union Cross 2, which I think ended up being Dark Road. And then there was Kingdom Hearts 4 was on that list. There's a Final Fantasy 9 remake. There's more stuff about the Final Fantasy 9 remake that's been coming out. So when I say that this stuff has been leaked, I can't obviously say that it's 100% confirmed.
It's all but confirmed.
Yes, I think it's very, 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 very likely to be true, but always take this stuff with
Kingdom Hearts Fortnite's going to be so cursed. Like,
fuck it. I mean, everybody's in Fortnite.
I know, but just Sora just being like, I got this gun I found. Sora, no.
I don't want to see live action remakes in Kingdom Hearts. I don't want to see the remakes to where it just copies the story of the animated film, because that's boring. We've already done that.
Yeah, the more recent bad
my
ones.
controller. My controller is glitching like crazy. What is up with that? It keeps wanting to move Sora to the left for some reason.
But you have like controller drift, like in your stick?
I think so.
Yeah, I had that really bad in my PS5 controller. I had to actually take it apart.
Oh, is it in the PS5 controller too? Well, see, I'm playing this on PlayStation 4, and I had this with another controller a few months ago.
My PS5 controller, I had it like right away, basically, when I got it, because I work a very dirty job, so my hands are always dirty. But my PS4 controller was apparently very bad with stick drift. I just never noticed. I didn't notice until I plugged it into the computer to read it. And because you can go, if it's plugged into the computer, you can just go to a website that can see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get this fixed because that's really annoying.
Yeah.
But no, as far as like the live action remakes, I am fine if we get stuff like the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland or Maleficent. I want it to be the stuff that actually deviates from the animated film's plot, because it would be far more interesting. To be honest,
like Jungle Book would at least be if they didn't want to use the original Jungle Book, they could do the live action. Would it be different?
Yeah. Which, on that note, is it too late for Jungle Book? That is a world I was absolutely shocked did not make it into Dream Drop Distance. because one of the criterias for the worlds in Dream Drop Distance was worlds that were previously considered for other Kingdom Hearts games, but did not make the final cut. And that game was going to include those type of worlds. Jungle Book at that point had been cut from Kingdom Hearts 1 and Birth by Sleep. So I figured, okay, that is like numero uno on the list. If that's the criteria, it's going to for sure be in Dream Drop Distance. And it didn't make it. And I was just dumbfounded because I really thought Jungle Book was going to get into Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah.
Is it too late for the Jungle Book? No, I would say not. But is it like top priority at this point? Probably not, unless they do the live action.
Yeah.
But we could still get it at some point, I'm sure. Because obviously it's been up for consideration.
I think Mary Poppins would be a good healer summon if they wanted to not do the world, but just like as a summon to heal. Mary Poppins would be good.
Yeah, Nomura really wants to put Mary Poppins into Kingdom Hearts. He's just said he doesn't know how to implement that world and do it justice. But he's been wanting to put Mary Poppins in the series since the first game.
Yeah.
Imagine Sora fighting Gygus, the final boss with Nintendo, Ness, and Lucas as his allies in an Earthbound world in a Kingdom Hearts crossover. Again, it's Nintendo. I mean, unless it's like, you have to remember, this is a Square Disney crossover. Unless it's Square or Disney, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, you
The
can
closest you're going to get,
Smash.
yeah, the closest you're going to get to that is Smash. Unless Disney buys Nintendo, which God help us. God help us. If
No, I don't think Disney would even be able to. Like, Nintendo's such a powerhouse, I feel.
I would have preferred a Tron summon over Stitch.
Yeah.
They could have done Tron and made it lightning base, I guess.
Yeah, Stitch kind of just got overplayed. Like, I feel like over
Spotsville for a Dalmatian world.
Yeah. Kind of weird, but yeah, it would need something Britishy, something.
Just do Treasure Planet instead. Again, I want to see a Treasure Planet world. That right now, Treasure Planet is my most desired world for Kingdom Hearts, period. It used to be Toy Story, and then we got that. Now it's Treasure Planet. Those crossovers only happen in fan art, fan games, and in Smash Ultimate, as Sora was the last DLC. Yeah, it goes back because there was like this fan game that was rumored to exist, or people thought it was going to be official, called Mushroom Kingdom Hearts, and it was like a Kingdom Hearts and Mario crossover, and it's not happening, guys. I mean, you got to understand there would be so many legal issues with this stuff.
What would be some other good Pixar ones? Or like 3D animated, like Beat the Robinsons would be interesting.
My world predictions, I had Soul, because I think that
not more like, but just more like cool to fight in, or just like cool like to have a. Because Toy Story was unique and Monsters Inc. was different.
Well, if we're talking about just in terms of coolness factor,
cool.
like moving all story stuff away, because
Incredibles would be cool.
Incredibles is like the number one in terms of like fighting.
If we don't get Marvel, at least give us Incredibles.
Yeah, that is the only reason why I would think Incredibles wouldn't make it, is because of Marvel, because those worlds would be too similar.
Yeah,
but like the Incredibles is like definitely up there for like top Pixar worlds to be in the series. The reason I picked Soul is because, again, I think Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to deal with a lot of afterlife themes, and Soul is all about the afterlife. So I think it makes sense with the theming of the game. I just want to know how world travel is going to work in Kingdom Hearts 4, given that it's the real world. Okay, so here's what I think is going to happen. I don't think we're going to have a gummy ship or anything like that. I think what's going to happen in Kingdom Hearts 4 is that you're going to have a situation to where Sora's like phasing into different realities. So he'll be in Quadratum, and that'll be like Yazora's reality, unreality, our world, the quote unquote real world, however you want to describe it. Um, but then like at some point, like he will phase into other realities, and those other realities will be the worlds that we visit. So he'll phase like he's crossing over dimensions, kind of like phasing in and out of realities. Like some really metaphysical stuff is what I think is going to happen, because in the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, the Master of Masters says, you know, if you don't like the world that you're in, you can always go to another world, but don't expect to return to the world you came from. So I could see a situation where like the main quest could be Sora phasing into different realities, and he's trying to phase back into his original reality. But every time he tries, he only ends up in another type of reality. So he phases into the Marvel reality, or he phases into the Star Wars reality, or into the Tim Burton Wonderland reality, or whatever. So I don't think we're going to get the gummy ship this time. I think it's going to be way more metaphysical. Maybe something akin to what we got in Dream Drop Distance, something like that. Let's see. I think we're caught up with the chat. We caught up with the chat. We're caught up with the chat. Yes.
As I said it before, but I think we're gonna, because it's like Final Fantasy 15 or whatever, we're gonna get the gummy car. We're gonna drive around in the gummy car.
The gummy car.
Yeah, so we're gonna drive to the other worlds.
Oh my gosh.
It'll be a convertible. It'll be a black convertible or whatever.
People, we're taking this modern world stuff. We're taking it way too far.
Or we take the bus. Strelizia or whatever gives a bus pass.
I do like the idea people have come up with Sora getting like a job in Quadratum.
Yeah,
maybe be like a pizza delivery boy, and they can play the Spider-Man 2 pizza theme. Oh, dude, if they actually did that, I'd be like, yeah, I could feel the nostalgia.
Like they can do it easy. It's like it's a normal song. Like it would just not be the same like ear bleeding one from Spider-Man 2. But
oh my god, my controller, dude, stop! No, stop!
If you pause, I think I read that you can like click in the stick like in a circle. Just like click, and like that might help loose if there's like a dust particle stuck in there. And then like pull it out, like how you can pull it out and kind of like wiggle it.
Okay, it seems to be all right for the moment.
Yeah, I read that was basically like you have to give it a massage before you like use it, and sometimes it like works at all. But I know it's.
Does that feel good, baby? You like that?
You
like the way Daddy touches you?
No, but like I know with mine it didn't help at all. I had to actually take it apart and clean it out from the inside, and then my like charging port got dirty to where they wouldn't even charge, and so I had to open it up.
Do Xbox controllers have the same issue?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I imagine they do if they were bad enough. But I think those like new PS5s were just like so bad about catching. Like, because I had it for like maybe a couple of months, and it had it, and I had the PS5 for like 8 years, or PS4 for 8 years, and the stick was drifting bad, but never noticeably in the video game.
You know, Sony, get your shit together. We pay too much for this stuff.
Yeah. And luckily I figured out how to open it up and clean it. Otherwise I've been like, to get a new one's like $70 or so. It's like $80. Like, no. But it was like getting unusably bad. Like, especially in like the menu, it would be I would be moving it and it would like move on its own and stuff.
Oh yeah, because I can't have shit like this happening, especially in something like Kingdom Hearts 3, where when you go up against some of the tougher bosses, it's like precise movement is very, very key to get through the bosses. Like no, I have to be able to dodge at very precise moments,
or like going back into Elden Ring before the DLC comes out.
Yeah, like that shit ain't gonna fly.
When you race Riku, are you able to beat him? Have you played enough you can beat him?
Yeah, I mean, Unless my controller decides to make me take a left turn, then yeah, I can beat him.
Usually when I play it, it's my first time playing it in so long that I'm not used to jumping and all that, so I usually end up losing. But I've only done it maybe 3 times so far, and I just played it through 3 times or so.
I mean, as a kid, no, but then as a kid, I sucked at this game because I had not played very many.
As a kid, I just would do only the Destiny Island part and not do anything else.
Oh, I spent hours on Destiny Islands. I mean, it was I don't know, just so much nostalgia with this game. It's like I'm still kind of sad when I boot it up on the PlayStation 4 that I don't get the PlayStation 2. Yeah. The PlayStation 2 opening. Yeah, like that. Wait a minute.
Our PS2 was always broken, so it would always get the da 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 da. Like we had to read the disc and like didn't work. We back in the day we didn't take care of our discs at all. We left them out and they all get scratched up.
Before I do that, let me actually equip a potion. Oh wait, I didn't get any potions from the dark side. Oh wait a minute, yeah, I did. Okay, there we go. I forget it auto equips in this game. Okay. I'm gonna try not to use the potion, but I might need the potion. We'll see. All right. Oh, you're jumping up there already. Nope, not today, sir. Come on. Stop being a bitch. Stop taunting me. Stop being a bitch. Come on. Ah, you bastard. You bastard. Come on. Yeah, I know. Every 4th hit, you do a counterattack. I know how this works. That's 1. That's 2.
Have you ever done those runs where you get to 99 before
4.
leaving Destiny Islands?
I've never attempted it, but I've wanted to. 3.
I imagine 4, it's just tedious, boring
1,
stuff.
2, 3. Come on. Oh, come on. Stop taunting me, you bastard. Yeah, you just do it by fighting these guys over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 4. 1, 2, 3. No, don't you block me. 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You ought to be close to death. My God, dude. 1. Wow. Oh no, that's that is never. What the hell? What the hell is he? Okay, I don't know if that was a glitch or what that was. I don't know what the hell just happened there, but he usually does not counterattack with just 1 hit. Awesome.
Maybe if he's low health.
All right, so let's see.
Onward was mentioned as a possible.
Onward. Is that the one with those brothers that turn into like trolls?
The spell magic one.
I haven't seen that one.
Neither have I.
Okay, now Brave would be a good one.
Brave's good
because we're still missing some new princesses. So I could see Meredith being one of the new princesses of Heart.
And then we can fight the actual evil bear, because otherwise there's no antagonist in that movie.
Me mom is a bear.
I mean the bear. Yeah, but I like Merida. So.
If we get Incredibles, I want the entire family as party members, not just Bob and Helen. So doing the family as party members all at the same time might be difficult, but I could see where you have segments where you have Bob and Helen, and then you have segments where you have the kids.
Yeah.
I could see that happening.
Like if we're in the city, if we're in the Retroville,
Yeah.
if we're in the city, then you would have all of them. But if we're on the island, then it'd be easier to separate the two of them, like the four of them,
Yeah.
the two groups.
I
Or
need
if
to
they
rewatch
treat them as one character, do that where they just have like, it's like Bob and Helen and Dash and Violet, and then Dash and Violet are like, Violet can just block, and then Dash will do like quick punches, and then so they're like one character with animations where looks like they're both fighting.
I need to go back and rewatch Incredibles.
It's
such a good movie.
Yeah, I've used to watch it a lot.
I remember they used to promote it like crazy on Disney Channel.
That's who should have been the Ice Summon is Frozone.
Hey, yeah, well, but again though, like all the links in
Kingdom
Hearts met before.
It's Frozone though,
which is why I think that he is the reincarnation of Player, because Sora's never met Ralph, but Player has.
Yeah. No one's met Frozone.
No one's met Frozone. Sora, where's my super suit?
Super suit.
So let's watch while we're in the cutscenes on the game. Let's look at the Ray Nodis trailer. So you haven't seen this yet, right?
There's a chance I may. It was 2 months ago, probably not, unless it was on like Game Awards or something like that.
Yeah. So this, I forget what it stands for. It's like I want to say it means like the new king in Latin or something like that.
Which already is Virum Rexy.
Yeah, and Noctis, because Noctis was a king.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just look at this. This is this definitely gives the Verum Rex vibes. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute.
Still muted from the
Oh yeah, I'm muted. See, sorry. All right, let's start that again. It's Yozora, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it straight up looks like Yozora.
Yeah, with the flannel and the glowing red stuff and the white hair. And
as soon as I saw him, I was like, that's a Nomura design.
Glowing sword.
Yeah, fucking Shibuya.
Yeah.
俺は14の冬に生死の境をさまよい、そして魔法を手に入れた。
魔法使いは出る杭なんだ。魔法使いの生きづらさは同じだから。私たちは魔法機動隊に。
I just realized even the music sounds like Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
属する。いわば政府公認の魔法使い。
ルブルム中毒者が違法魔法行為。
逮捕。危険魔法使いは成敗してくれるわ。
夜の渋谷のカオス、それが人を引きつけてやまない。
漂う魔法物質、ドミヌスの森の入り口だ。その風に乗ってドミヌスに会いに行くんだ。魔力の管理にマリを解放してくれるだろう。
見せてくれよ、最強を。終わりだ。
見切った。
食らいやがれ。サンゲスメラスポテンティアティ。吹け光線の嵐。
お前たちの仕事は戦闘だ。
私の中に自分を見て
秘密を抱えて死ね。
私には使命がある。
俺はここじゃ終われない。
世界は君を中心に回り始める。
Yeah, that doesn't remind me of Versus 13 at all. Not even a little bit.
With like the city and like this also medieval like stuff.
Yeah, it's you can tell Nomura has never really gotten over the he's never really gotten over being dissed on the
well, is this
Final Fantasy
Nomura connected, or is it just
I think it's somebody who is like an associate of Nomura, like who's close with Nomura. That's what
I was gonna say, because it could also just be as easy as like the people who also grew up on that Final Fantasy Versus 13 trailer, but now it's like, well, I'm gonna make one kind of thing. Like,
this is a Square Enix project. They're just,
I know, but I mean, like
it's being outsourced to like a different studio.
Yeah.
But the person that's making it was involved with the development of Versus 13, so he worked alongside Nomura.
I say, because with how old a lot of that generation is, you never know when you're gonna get like the person that's like, I grew up watching that. Now I'm making games, and
oh yeah, dude, I'd be lying if I said that. To this day, I'm still inspired by what Nomura was planning to do with that game, and that first trailer that we got of Versus 13 is still probably, I think, the best video game trailer I have ever seen. I mean that trailer is just, it's nuts. I remember how hyped I was when I saw it. I was like, this shit is going to be wild.
I guess my favorite game trailer would have to be the Batman Arkham Origins cinematic Deathstroke fight in the shipping container.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah,
that one's like, because as far as like better than any Batman movie really has gotten, like, because I remember when the rumors came out for that Batman movie was going to have Deathstroke in it. It was going to be Affleck and all that, and then it was like, watch that trailer, and it was like, that's what we could get, and then we didn't get it.
Well, there's talk that James Gunn's Batman, the villain's going to be Deathstroke.
It's got to be like we were denied it.
Well, I think too, since we've got Damian as the Robin, I think it's also very likely that
to do what Son of Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Live action version of that. I think that's very likely. Speaking of Final Fantasy characters that got forgotten in this series, these three we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, it's like she was like the last one you saw in 2, right?
Yeah.
And then that's it. But
and I'm not saying they need big roles or anything, but can we acknowledge they exist?
The only thing I know about any of them is like Waka's a racist.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like Al Bhed.
Yeah. It's the metal beds, brother.
Stupid Al Beds with their machina. Stop humping the trees, Sora.
I'll tell you though, I ain't gonna let no Al Bhed have my. I don't care if you go save that world, so as long as those Al Beds don't go living.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying we might have to deal with all them Al Beds, in some kind of solution. Maybe a final solution.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, brother. Maybe those Heartless got some good ideas though. I didn't see no Al Beds around.
You don't ever see no Al Bhed Heartless, huh?
Because Al Beds don't have hearts, brother. They don't have souls, brother.
Them Al Beds, they never had souls.
They're just, my mother used to say they're empty husks. They're just empty husks. No hearts, no bodies, brother. They ain't even fit to be nobodies, brother.
Waka's racist shit, dude. Oh shit. I also want Sora to get his own super suit. They
Yeah,
could
it's
do
one thing.
that.
Like Big Hero 6 gave us the little visor, but it would have been cool if you actually would have just got like even like one of like the random ones they had already made or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I would like to see. I mean,
like imagine how hype it would have been if he got like oh, we have just like this high school mascot suit that we modified with this like weapon, and it's a lion suit with the hoodie and the chainsaw sword or something. And like, bro, he's wearing the original design.
that would be sick. That would be
And that's
sick.
his Big Hero 6 character is the lion, like a lion.
All right, what should I go with for the name of this thing?
Oh, you gotta name it after. You can't name it after those Al beds, but
You don't want to give it a damn dirty out bed name, brother.
it'll sink, brother.
Let's see, I think we're gonna go with the KK. No.
You know what they say about those Al beds, brother? They can't swim, brother.
Shit. Oh, okay, you know what? Let's see. I'm gonna call it the yeah, here we go. The brother. Brother.
He's just like Waka's just yelling, "Hey, that's what I told him to name it.
Don't be stealing my ideas, brother.
You better win, brother.
You ain't in our bed, are you? Them damn
No.
dirty out beds always stealing from me.
Always stealing our raft names. You know, High Wind, that's like the name of an Al bed, brother. You know what?
Jeez.
High Wind is what those Al beds smoke.
Sharing a
Oh, it's
palpo with Kyrie. This guy right here, man.
Oh, it's smoking that High Wind.
I get to share a palpo with Kyrie. Look at how flustered Sora gets. All right, now controller, I swear to God, if you fuck me over here, I'm gonna be pissed.
Now all I'm saying is we don't know where Kyrie came from. She could be in Al bed, brother.
That's some trash shit. All right. No. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't you
That's the one thing about like the ledge grab system.
Oh yeah, I hate it. It's not good. I love this game, but it's got its issues. Ah, shit, this is gonna be close. Damn it, I was hoping he would kind of fall there, but oh well. I think we've got this though.
Yeah, that Riku, he's fast. It's like those Al beds. They used to they're a lot more better at the sports, but
Yeah. Suck it, you Sephiroth clone.
discount Virgil.
Discount. Oh, I could see Virgil's voice actor voicing Riku.
Sora, you don't understand. I need more power.
You don't understand, Sora. Mommy abandoned me. It's like, no, dipshit.
Mother.
Oh God, no. Dodge has got mommy issues. Virgil's got mommy issues. Jesus. What's the deal with all these anime antagonists having mommy issues?
Japanese culture?
You're not wrong.
Did you grab the mushroom already?
I did on the one over here. Yeah.
The one they have to move the rock?
Oh no, I haven't grabbed that yet.
Are you gonna do the glitch where you break the rock instead of pushing it?
Wait a minute. I heard this game isn't getting an English dub. What, Reynatus? I guess that's not impossible. But I don't know why it wouldn't though.
Yeah, have you ever broken the rock that you have to push?
Oh yeah, the glitch.
Yeah, we just jump on it and it's like, no, gotta break it.
Yeah, let's see if I can get it to Do the thing. Maybe. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That thing crumbled, brother. It's as weak as an Albed's skull, brother.
Waka, how do you know how weak an Albed's skull is?
Well, they measured him once, brother.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just saying that those people they figured it out. They're
What
shaped
people?
different. They're shaped different, brother.
What people?
What do you mean, brother? See, like you look at this blitzball. You see how it's shaped? It's like an Albed's head, brother.
Oh, I need to make just racist Waka. I need to make that a thing, like an ongoing part of the channel.
I will say that I'm not the person to have invented that, but
I mean, he is racist as all get out.
yeah. I'm basically doing a bit from that old channel that they all still stream, but they broke up. But it's the two best friends play.
Oh no, the Beatles broke up. Shit.
But they played through whatever Final Fantasy Waka's in, and they made those jokes the entire time he was on.
That's hilarious. Speaking of which, that kind of reminds me. The first person I ever watched do a Let's Play was this guy that used to be on YouTube. He's not on there anymore, but somebody started an archive channel with all of his old videos, and his name was Necroscope. But he did like a lot of Final Fantasy stuff, Devil May Cry, a lot of retro games. He even tried Kingdom Hearts 1. He never got to the rest of the series, but I think like his dad duties, like, kind of became more of a priority than doing Let's Plays. But
yeah, the best friends play Final Fantasy X as a compilation of all their Waka racist jokes at 51 minutes.
Best Friends Play Final Fantasy X. That's what it's called.
Yeah, if you look up Grand Wizard Waka, you will find it.
Grand Wizard Waka. How does this sheet look on me, brother?
Like that's literally the thumbnail is him in a clan suit. And then they have like one of their fans did like a 3D animation of it, and the out of context line is the one guy going, "The race war starts now."
Oh God!
Unloads a gun. Yeah, they were great.
How do
they
you
still are
live
great.
with
They're just not together.
Don't
well,
you
the guy
smile
doing
at
all
me?
the guy doing all the racist jokes is a black guy.
Oh no!
That's what makes it so good.
How do you live with yourself, dude?
They also played through Devil May Cry, and that's how I know the Devil May Cry stuff too. They played through Kingdom Hearts 1. They got up to Atlantica, and then they broke up, and so then they never finished the Let's Play. They're part of the Kingdom Hearts curse.
Oh yeah. Well, at least Necro did get through the first game, but again, he left YouTube shortly afterwards, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, time to use a potion. I knew I'd have to use a potion for this fight. This fight can be a pain in the ass, which is why I waited to get the protect chain.
You cheat and use those drugs, brother. Those are bets.
Hey, who my dealer is none of your damn business, Wonka.
I bet he's an Albed.
It's none of your damn business.
My neighborhood used to be real nice till those Albeds moved in.
Oh, God.
Selling their potions everywhere.
Yo, the islands have really gone down here since those Albeds moved in, brother.
I was walking down the beach and I saw a bunch of glasses all around. There was an ether and a megalixir all over the place. I'm like, what the heck, Albeds?
These islands just haven't been the same, brother. This used to be a nice, clean island, brother. Oh, shit. Come on.
You can't get those tech points on me, brother.
You're going to give me all the tech points.
Oh, brother. You know who can't use tech? It's those Albeds. Throw a blitzball at there.
What they're known for is using technology. All right. I hate to use a potion, but damn it, I don't want to die here.
Throw a blitzball at one of their heads. They fall down.
There we go. I think the only thing I've got left is to initiate the Ansem cutscene. And while that is playing, let's see. Movie Madness says they should add TV shows to Kingdom Hearts, or should they just stick with the movie? So here's the thing. One of the original worlds that was up for consideration with the first Kingdom Hearts game was actually Gargoyles. They were planning to put a Gargoyles world in this game. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But yeah, I would appreciate it if they did put some TV shows in the game. Obviously, I don't want like the sitcoms and stuff. That would be kind of weird. But something that has like a more serious tone to it, like a Gargoyles, I think that would be fine.
Like a DuckTales. Like they have Huey, Dewey, and Louie already. And Scrooge, they're TV show people. They're comic people mainly, but
yeah,
the voiced version of them were TV show people.
Right. But yeah, it's just you got to think like what properties, what shows are actually going to make for interesting worlds and how you're going to implement them.
Just like you're in Quadratum, it's nighttime, you're about to get attacked by some heartless, and you hear like, I am the terror that flaps in the night.
Yeah.
I am Darkwing Duck. He falls down. It's like
but like I don't need a Sweet Life of Zack and Cody world or a Hannah Montana world. Like I'm good. But if we're talking about TV shows, my number one is Gargoyles. Like I want that first and foremost.
I gotta watch Gargoyles still. I've never
Gargoyles.
I've never seen Gargoyles after my time.
That is some of the best writing I've ever seen in a kids show, and it is dark as all get out for a kids show as well.
Yeah,
I mean that is a fantastic show. Dude.
The Gargoyles reference in DuckTales was still pretty hype, even though if I didn't actually watch it.
Yeah. Nah, dude, I freaking love Gargoyles. Me and my dad watched that all the time when I was a kid.
Did you see the DuckTales reboot?
I did.
Yeah. I liked how they referenced all those shows.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna do like some spin-offs though, like a Darkwing Duck.
Well, they were gonna do Darkwing Duck, but then I think they canceled it. That's why like the Nega Duck or whatever isn't gonna get the payoff.
Well, see, I thought they were getting ready to like bring back all those old shows, but it was all going to be in one connected universe because I thought they were going to do like a Darkwing Duck show. I thought they were going to do
they couldn't do Chip and Dale. Like they did use Chip and Dale, but they like couldn't use them in any significant way because they were going to do the Chip and Dale movie, which they ended up doing, but they changed it around.
I thought they were going to bring back Goof Troop as well.
Yeah. Yeah, just the way that they referenced Max and they referenced Mickey. Like they couldn't use Mickey, but they worked in Mickey anyway.
Yeah,
all that stuff was good.
Which I mean, do you know how cool that would have been to have like a Disney television universe?
Yeah, the Disney refuses to do shared universes. Really, they'll do so many, but they won't really stick to them. Like we listed them, the last time. It was like House of Mouse, all that stuff.
I don't get it. Like that's money right there. That's a winner.
Well, like DuckTales really got the closest because it had Three Caballeros, the original DuckTales. It had tried to do Mickey, had Goofy, had Max. Yeah, that one was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the DuckTales reboot is really good, but that was kind of one of the things I was most excited for. I was like, oh shit, they're about to do a new Goof Troop show. They're about to do Darkwing Duck. We're about to get all this crazy shit. It's going to be this one huge connected television universe. This is going to provide content that we can talk about for years and years and years and years and years. And no, it just ended with DuckTales. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Disney was really bad about like just canceling things as they're getting like their 3-season rule. People still get mad at them for that.
Well, I mean, if your show only requires 3 seasons to tell a story, fine. But you should like a studio should never constrict you to a number of
Yeah.
seasons unless the show's just not doing good. Because I mean, duh. But they should never constrict you to just 3 seasons. Because I know Nickelodeon. I don't know if they still have a rule about this, but I know that Nickelodeon had a rule about you could only do 20 episodes per season of a show.
Yeah.
And that's why when Power Rangers was on Nickelodeon, they would have like 20 Power Rangers Mega Force, for example. I use that. The first 20 episodes, which is season 1, is called Power Rangers Mega Force, and then the second half of the show, the next 20 episodes, is called Super Mega Force, and it was to get around the Nickelodeon rule, which is retarded.
I think Samurai did that too.
Yeah.
They had Super Samurai, I remember.
It was so retarded. I don't know why they do this. It's like just
Yeah. Well, especially now with so many of those kids TV show networks are so desperate now because older kids stopped watching TV less, more and more, and they started just watching YouTube. And so now it's like they have to get the youngest kids possible to watch. Otherwise they won't get any ratings whatsoever.
Well, then put it on Disney Plus. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure. If we're not watching Disney XD, sure, yeah, whatever. But put it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, just like doing like Quadratum being like the place where everything is all together. Like they have like it's a city where there's a bunch of people, kind of like how they've done with the other worlds and stuff. How like Radiant Garden and all that. But
yes,
where they'll have like you could just be walking down the street and then there's a Tipton hotel. Like they don't call attention to it. Just like an Easter egg, there's a Tipton hotel.
That's fine. That's fine.
You have the gargoyle. Like even like the gargoyles don't wake up, but you can see the gargoyles and they're modeled like the gargoyles, but they're on a building.
I still want a Gargoyles world, man. I want to beat the shit out of Xanatos. I want a Gargoyles world. Demona would be a badass boss.
Before Keith David dies, they gotta do gargoyles.
Yes. Damn it. Do gargoyles, shit.
After thousands of years, we live again.
Oh my god, dude, that freaking oh man. Like people don't know how good that show is. Jeez.
You don't know.
You really don't. Like I am so thankful I grew up in the time period I did because there was so much good shit. I mean, so much good shit was just coming out. Just bam, 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 bam. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think like with me, my video rental place didn't have Gargoyles VHSs or DVDs, so I couldn't watch it because we didn't have a Disney Channel yet. By the time it was, I think it was on Disney XD, but I was mainly watching the superhero shows. I didn't choose to watch Gargoyles.
It was on I don't know if it was on Disney XD, but back in its original run, it was on Toon Disney.
Yeah, but I wasn't alive for its original run.
Which Toon Disney became Disney XD later on.
But there was a point where Disney XD was like airing any and all of those like cool shows, like because it was wanting to be a boys channel.
We're a boys channel. We're radical and extreme.
Yeah. So it was a lot of like skating stuff, but then there was a lot of like, here's Iron Man, here's Spider-Man, here's Hulk. I think they had X-Men on there.
Have you seen X-Men 97?
Not yet. I have to finish the original show first. Like I'm gonna rewatch it because I haven't rewatched it in a long time.
It's amazing, dude. It's
I know that like the big beats and all that stuff.
Yeah, I just finished it like a week ago, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I was so satisfied. I was going back through. I don't know if you want to speak his name, but the comic maker that we all laugh about.
Oh yeah, Mr. Eric July.
Yeah, his thumbnails, and he had like I found his video where he's like talking about how X-Men 97 was gonna be dead on arrival.
Yeah.
And, even like the comments now are going like, well, this age like milk. But then
Yeah,
Tony
it's-
was like, well, Tony's like, well, he's right because no one watched it. I'm like, yeah, but everything I hear about it says it's good. It's good, but no one watched it. So in their eyes, that means it was dead. But I had like a lot of people who like don't even keep up. Like my brother loves X-Men stuff, so he was like watching it, but he doesn't keep up with like a lot of the other. Like he'll watch them when he can, but like otherwise he was excited to watch X-Men. So like to me that means it's mainstream because he's not.
Yeah, it's which I mean you definitely need to see the old school, the original 90s series.
Yeah, like I've watched it. Don't get me wrong, I've seen it. Like I've watched the original 90s show. I just need to watch it again to kind of like get the whole story again to continue right into it kind of thing. Like I like doing that when there's a new installment. You're like, gotta get myself back in there, remind myself, and here, walk right back in.
Considering that we've gone through a couple of decades since then, yeah, I think that's understandable.
Well, and for me, because I had downloaded every single one of those shows because this was before that you could watch them legally. There was no Disney Plus for them. So I downloaded.
Are a pirate.
Yeah, I downloaded every single one of them and then watched them all. Probably about 8 years ago or so, and I still have those pirated copies, but it's like I'm gonna watch them on Disney Plus because they're better.
Yeah,
I even have the DVDs of them. I have a couple of the Spider-Man DVDs, and I have one of the X-Men DVDs.
Yeah, I went back and I watched the original series on Disney Plus before 97 came out, and it's been a fun ride going through it again. Tell Waka to stop telling me to show him my stuff. Oh yeah, he does say that in this game. Show me your stuff, pervert.
You better hit me harder than those Albeds do, brother. Belts can't hit for nothing.
Rescue Rangers would have worked in Dream Drop Distance. Yeah, it would have. So here's the thing. It probably would have because there's one world in particular that it's great in terms of world design, but it makes no sense in terms of the timeline, and that's Country of the Musketeers.
Yeah,
I love the world. It's got great design. It's got awesome design. Stop humping the trees. It's got awesome design. But I don't know where it fits into the timeline. Like, it's implied it's a world that Mickey went to when he was still training as a Keyblade apprentice. So like pre-birth by sleep, I guess. But at the same time,
like Pete's there and Minnie's there, and
yeah. So my thing is like Minnie is the ruler of Country of the Musketeers. And we know that all the worlds in Dream Drop Distance, they are dreams of worlds that fell to darkness. So did Minnie just abandon her kingdom when she married Mickey?
do they merge them together?
Yeah. But the thing is, if that's
Disney,
the case, it shouldn't be a sleeping world.
And then Disney Kingdom wasn't a kingdom in Birth by Sleep. It was Disney Town. Right.
Well, it was a kingdom because you still had the castle. You just didn't go to the castle. You just were in the town.
It was just that was the town that you were there.
Yeah. Now in Steamboat Willie, it wasn't a kingdom yet.
Yeah.
But no, the Country of the Musketeers just really confuses the hell out of me because
they shouldn't even have bothered.
I just don't understand like what happened. Like, did Minnie just marry Mickey and said, "All right, fuckers, good luck," and then the Heartless attacked later and destroyed the world? Because again, the sleeping worlds were all destroyed by Heartless. So I don't get it. I think Country of the Musketeers would have been a better option for Birth by Sleep, and you could have had it as a
past, like the past of the
imagine like Disney Town is like Mickey's kingdom, but then like there's an ocean in that world, and across the ocean is another kingdom where Minnie rules, and Mickey went over there, and then they married and they merged their kingdom.
That would make sense if it was France because Scrooge is from Scotland, so there would have to be another country somewhere.
Yeah, so I think they should have done that instead. But I mean, instead of Disney Town, so but I don't know. Like it just I still to this day I can't wrap my head around, and I've just had to say, fuck it, it's a dream.
Yeah.
It's dream logic, I guess, because that's the only way that makes any sense. That is the only way that makes sense.
Yeah, DuckTales, I guess the only Disney of that universe that didn't reference was Kingdom Hearts, but the Mickey Mouse shorts did.
There's been a couple of shows that have referenced Kingdom Hearts, like they've had like a Keyblade and stuff.
Well, like DuckTales, like didn't like because they like tried to reference everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the Mickey Mouse shorts had the Kingdom Key D in like Mickey's boxes of stuff that like Minnie was like throwing out or something. It was like sticking out.
Wow.
Mickey's Keyblade.
I want an animated Power Rangers. I'm actually surprised that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, even like a cool anime style.
Yeah.
Or like X-Men 97, which is sort of an anime style.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm going to pull up some of this news that we've got. We need to get to that. And oh shit, I need to zoom in on that. That's
way back there.
Brother. Yeah, that's way back there, brother. Let's see, zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, let's see. How does that look on? That's better. Let me zoom in a couple more times. All right, that should be good. All right, so, and actually what I'll probably do, I'll probably just do, there we go. That's better. All right. So this is coming to us from the fine folks over at IGN. Final Fantasy maker Square Enix will aggressively pursue a multi-platform strategy after profits tumble. So that includes Nintendo platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. This is something that I think Square Enix should have done a long time ago.
Yeah.
We are at a point now in the history of video games to where console exclusivity for a third-party company really makes no sense at all anymore.
Yeah, you lose money.
Yeah. This is not the 90s. This is not the early I mean, I honest to God feel like the console wars kind of fizzled out with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Because I feel
with them going to PC, like with the games going to PC.
Like at the beginning of that generation, it was still like hardcore, like oh, you're a Sony pony, you're an Xbox, an Xbot, and but about halfway through that, I feel like things changed.
And then when you got the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and it's like we ain't got no games on this thing.
Yeah. So to me, it's I just at this point I just don't see any reason for there to be console exclusivity for third-party companies. And, it's not that Xbox is a terrible system or anything like that. I've always gone for PlayStation because that's what I grew up with. I grew up with a PlayStation 1. I've just been buying PlayStation consoles since I was a kid. And I've also had Nintendo stuff as well. My first console was actually a Sega Genesis. However, that company no longer makes consoles. And I still haven't gotten over it, to be honest with you. I'm still waiting for Dreamcast 2. It'll happen one day. I know it will.
Right after the Amico.
Yeah, right after the Amico. Ooh, shout out to Tony.
Yeah, he's all happy because the Amico's finally dead. Because the Activision bought Intellivision today.
That's
Atari. I mean, Atari bought Intellivision.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. That's fucking wild.
And Amico fans are still hoping that they're like, oh, Atari's gonna make the Amico now, and so they're excited, they're ready for it.
I don't know how Atari is still in business.
I don't know either.
I feel like Atari is just like a zombie company. But anyways, back to Square Enix. So Square Enix has announced a significant company reboot amid tumbling profits, reporting its financial performance for the financial year ending in March 31st, 2024. Sales in the digital entertainment segment, which includes video games, rose by 2.6%, but profit fell by 15.8%. Ooh. This despite the sale of Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, Foam Stars. I forgot that game even came out. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, specifically on HD games, the subcategory Square Enix uses to encompass all the above games. The company saw a significant operating loss of 1.8 or 8.1 billion yen, approximately $51.9 million. Final Fantasy 16 and 7 Rebirth both launched as PlayStation 5 exclusives. That was your first problem. And while Square Enix has announced a sales figure for Final Fantasy 16, it has yet to do so for Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, the second in the company's trilogy of Final Fantasy 7 remakes. In its financial, I have heard, I cannot confirm, but I have heard that the 7 Rebirth did not make as much as 7 Remake. It still did well, but there was a drop.
Well, I could believe that 100% because Final Fantasy 7 Remake, it gives you the idea it's the complete package of Final Fantasy 7 remade, not the first quarter or whatever it is.
Well, I also think too it's because it was a PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Yeah, not many people still have a PS5. Like they still have their PS4s and they're fine with it.
The PlayStation 4 still has a larger user base than the PlayStation 5. And I told people back when these new consoles were announced, because we were right in the middle of the pandemic, I said, listen, especially Sony. Microsoft was a little bit different because at that point, Xbox One was bone dry. But I said, like, specifically with Sony, the PlayStation 4 still has a lot of life left in it. Like, that thing could have gone for another couple of years just fine. Because the PlayStation 4 was so incredibly popular. I mean, it's like what, the second best-selling console that Sony's put out next to the PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
So, and PlayStation 2, I mean, that's hard to reach because that was like the best-selling console, period, if I remember correctly. But I said they should just wait a couple of more years. Don't do it during the middle of the pandemic when people are not worried that they don't have the money to spend on consoles. Wait a couple of years, then come out with the PlayStation 5. They should have done that. But PlayStation 5 has been here, Xbox Series X has been here, and to me, it almost feels like we've not even entered a new console generation. Like, it just feels like we're in a zombie generation.
Yeah. Like, the PS4 still hasn't really ended.
Yeah. Which, again, I called that back in the day. Like I said, this is a mistake. They should not do this. They should wait a couple of years. Microsoft maybe not, but Sony definitely could have afforded to wait another couple of years on a new console. No one was clamoring for PlayStation 5. People were perfectly satisfied with PlayStation 4. And what does PlayStation 5 have that PlayStation 4 doesn't? Well, the graphics are slightly better. We've not had a major graphical upgrade since we entered the HD era of games. Like, if you look at the jump from like the PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 3, that's a major jump. But if you look at PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, yes, the jump is noticeable, but it's not as like revolutionary as what happened before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I almost feel like these companies are working. They're making decisions based on an old environment when it comes to gaming. Like, I feel like gaming has changed so much and these companies have not gotten the message. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like yeah, especially with the exclusive games and the idea that if we set it for the PS5, people have to have those by now, so we'll, make a lot of money.
Yeah. Which I'm sure by the time that Kingdom Hearts 4 does come out in 2030, I'm sure that everybody will have a PlayStation 5 by then.
Yeah, because then it'll be like PlayStation 6 exclusive, and then everyone's like, people still have their PS5s. We don't want a PS6.
Straight up. Let's see. It says that there are some games that have failed to live up to profit expectations, especially outsourced titles and some AAA titles. It seems likely that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at least is included in that. In response to the tumbling profits, Square Enix announced what it calls Square Enix Reboots and Awakens, a 3-year plan for rebooting for long-term growth. This involves a rethink across all parts of the business, but the highlight is a shift to a multi-platform strategy. Square Enix said it will aggressively pursue a multi-platform strategy that includes Nintendo platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, and PCs. Note the wording here of Nintendo platforms, with Nintendo set to announce its Switch successor console before April 2025. As part of this multi-platform push, Square Enix said it will build an environment where more customers can enjoy our titles in regards to major franchises and AAA titles, including catalog titles. I'm assuming that means franchises.
Yeah,
I guess.
probably.
The suggestion in all this is mainline Final Fantasy games will ditch PlayStation exclusivity going forward, although Square Enix has yet to announce specifics beyond Final Fantasy XVI's upcoming launch on PC. There's also a shift from quantity to quality. Yes. What the fuck did Vegito say when he fought Buhan? Buhan said,
I don't know.
Buhan told Vegito, he said, "Let's keep count here. I have 3 Saiyans while you have 2." And Vegito said, "It's about quality, my friend, not quantity." I don't know why this is such a difficult lesson for these companies to get. You can put out a whole pile of shit, but that doesn't change the fact that at the end of the day, it's still shit. I want quality. I don't need all this different shit. I just need a few quality games. That's all I'm asking for. I don't want fast food. I want nutritious shit. I want my fish and my veggies. And God bless it, Square Enix.
The SpongeBob meme with the Neptune making all of the patties versus SpongeBob taking his time with one.
Bingo. Thank you. I swear to God, it's like SpongeBob is like the prophet of our times. Jesus. But I'm so glad that they're finally getting the picture here. Yes, it's about quality. I don't need a bunch of spinoffs. I just need consistent, good games. That's it. That's it, Square. It's really not that difficult.
The monkey's paw curls, one Kingdom Hearts game every 10 years.
Oh, Christ. No, let's not do. Well, see, that's the other thing too. Square, you don't have to change up your games drastically with every new entry.
Yes.
So it is fine to reuse assets from the latest version of a game and a franchise to make the next version of that game. That is fine. It will save you money. It will get the game out quicker, and people are not going to complain about it. I know you're Square Enix, and I know you like to really push the limit on graphics and doing new shit. I get it. I get it. And trust me, your games are fucking beautiful. Everything you put out in regards to Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, it's fucking beautiful. I get it. But you can reuse assets. No one's going to complain about it. Trust me, when we get that game, we're not going to complain about it. If that can cut a couple of years off development, go for it. We're good. We're fine. And it will save you money.
Unless it's the Kingdom Hearts 1 assets. You use those way too much.
Well, okay, yeah, that's true. I'm talking about you can use similar stuff like you can reuse okay, let's see. What Disney movie uses ice, like has an ice area.
Like where it was like it'd be a snowy mountain.
Yeah.
And then, well, like Mulan, they already did that. Um,
Shit.
if MCU stuff, they do Thor.
Okay. I've got an example. So, like, if you're doing a Moana world, it is
You can use
okay.
the Caribbean from
Yes.
Yeah.
You reuse some assets from the Caribbean, give it a different shader so it looks more cartoony, and we're good. We're fine.
You don't need to remake the reef or whatever that world's going to be called
Yeah. You don't need to do that, Square.
from the ground up.
It will save you time, it will save you money, and it will get the shit out faster, and it's still going to be fun to play. That's what we care about. All right?
Or if you do Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, that's another good example. You could reuse it for Lilo and Stitch.
You could
Good,
reuse
Square.
Destiny Islands for Lilo and Stitch. Like,
Yeah.
it was just the beach.
We're good, Square. We're fine. But
No one's gonna call you out. No one's gonna say it was cheap or nothing. They won't even notice.
yeah,
Depending on how egregious it is. If it's like directly like
well,
like
I
down
mean,
to the
yeah,
down to the polygons, then it's like
yeah.
it's too far. But
But if it's like, wait a minute, you see that random tree over there in the background? That was in the Caribbean world in the last game. Those
on this-
cheap ass
on this-
motherfuckers.
on this one island that has one chest on it, this tree is actually the same.
Yeah, those cheap ass motherfuckers. Oy.
Pay him all this money.
Unlike with Eric July's comic book, you can actually reuse or use 3D assets.
3D assets, yeah.
Yeah, we're fine with that. You're a
Or
video
like
game.
if you,
That's the fucking point.
You know, if you do more Final Fantasy stuff, use the versions from the games instead of making new ones or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Amiibo.
And also, Square, it's okay to not put out a AAA game all the time. Sometimes AA is just fine. All right.
Yeah.
I think we're going to actually, given how bloated a lot of these games' budgets have become, I think we're going to see a lot more AA games in the future. Because I think they only made like $6 million off of Spider-Man 2. And
Yeah, it wasn't that much.
Yeah. So I think the industry is slowly but surely learning the lesson of not every fucking game has to be AAA.
Yeah. It's the same kind of lesson that Hollywood's need to learn about how not every movie needs to be blockbuster.
Right.
Like it's the same kind of idea of like it's okay, just let it go. Like you don't need to make it this big huge experience every
Right.
single month.
Which in a way that's kind of getting back to how things were like, you know, back in the PS2 early PS3 days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think honestly, I think it was a healthier ecosystem back then for gaming. So I hope we get back to that, to where
You know what I miss? I miss movie tie-in games. You know, when
Dude,
you used to
I do
have
too.
like,
I do
even though
too.
they're probably all terrible, but just the idea of like, yeah, you can just play this movie, you know,
Yeah.
and they don't make those anymore. Now it's
Well,
apps.
We'll see that's why I'm saying that we need more. That's one of the reasons we need more AA games is because these games have gotten so fucking expensive to make that it's difficult to do movie tie-in games because of that. But if we have more if AA games become more commonplace, your movie tie-in games can be AA games instead of AAA games, and it's a lot easier to get them out.
Yeah, like imagine if we were getting like Deadpool and Wolverine the game, like right now.
Yeah.
You know, even if it was crap, but like the X-Men Origins Wolverine game is amazing. The Deadpool game is amazing. Put them together.
Yeah.
You know?
Which I think these companies have had to learn this, because if you look at a lot of indie games and stuff, obviously a lot of them are not in fact, I can't think of one off the top of my head, an indie game that's actually AAA. A lot of them are like AA games, and people love them. People buy them. So I think the industry needs to, like, we the fans need to sit down and tell the industry, hey, it's okay. It's all right. We don't
take a break.
Yeah.
Put up your
Chill.
feet.
Relax. It's okay. We love you. We're here for you. So even though like this obviously is negative for Square Enix in the short term as far as like their recent finances, the fact that it's kind of forced them to wake up and change direction, I think that is a positive. I think that's a positive. So yeah, the article goes on to talk about like Final Fantasy 14, which as far as I know, Final Fantasy 14 has been very profitable, hasn't it?
Is that the online one? Yeah, that's been going for a long time, and people play that.
Yeah, they're still coming out with expansion packs for it. They're talking about how Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming up, the third game in the Final Fantasy remake trilogy. Dragon Quest 12 is in development. Yeah, I think that's kind of like the focus for the next few years is those games. It says here in February, Square Enix director and president Takashi Kiryu reportedly told analysts about plans to create a new company structure following falling sales in its digital entertainment business.
Falling sales. Yeah, that's
despite the release of Final Fantasy 16 in June, Square Enix said the PS5 exclusive sold 3 million copies during launch week, which I do remember them saying was actually a disappointment. They were expecting more. A PC port is in the works. In January, Final Fantasy 16 producer Naoki Yoshida said it might be time for a younger generation to lead the franchise and helm Final Fantasy 17, which I do agree with that. There comes a point to where you do need to let the next generation take over, because it can become stagnant. We're seeing that right now in America with our government.
So they mean like they're going to have like a fresh new team, creative lead and all that for all that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it'll probably be people that still work at the company, but they've kind of raised them up to take over, be successors. But yes, I think I always, at a certain point, you have to pass the baton. You have to let it go, because there comes a point to where, and this isn't true of everybody, but I'm speaking in broad general terms, but there does come a point to where the world changes so quickly around you, and you've gotten to that age to where you can't keep up, and it's like, okay, it's time for me to step back.
Yeah, I imagine that's hard. Like it's hard to do in Japan. Like the idea of like you just keep working kind of thing, and like a lot of these times you see these Japanese game directors, they're still like old guys still doing these directing these games and all this.
Right. Which, I mean, America's got that same problem too, except we have it in politics because these people have been in the office for 40 fucking years. Please go away, God Almighty. But no, it's like, listen, the old generation across the world has got to let it go, man. Like your time is up. It's like, just go home, relax, and enjoy the rest of your life, and just let us step up and take over. It's time, and that's true in politics. That's true in corporations. Like it's time. We're at that point.
Culture.
Yeah, this isn't your world anymore. This is not the 1980s. This is 2024. It's different. It's changed. It's, we're not playing the same games we were back. And I don't mean games as in video games. I mean just in general. We're not doing the same strategy that we did 40 years ago. Oh, it's frustrating, but it seems like Square Enix has started to learn their lesson, and unlike a certain comic book company, which we discuss quite frequently over on the other channel, I have to give credit to them for admitting all this and committing to making a change.
Yeah, well, especially with other game companies, that's a big deal. A lot of them will just say they'll keep trying the same things over and over
Yes.
again. It'll work eventually, or they just keep repeating, "I haven't been owned, I haven't been owned," and then they like go down into obscurity and then get sold to Embracer Group.
Yep.
Or
I respect Square Enix for just being flat out honest about this. Especially considering they're a Japanese company, and obviously Japanese corporate culture is to be very reserved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're just being straight up honest and open about it, and I have to have a lot of respect for that. They're unlike somebody else that we talk about on the other channel. It looks like Square Enix is actually going to start moving differently, and I got to give them credit for that. I'm very happy that I wish they would have done this 10 years ago. I wish they would have started making these changes, but better late than never.
When they announced Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. Because I think these issues started during the PlayStation 3 era, with the difficult developments of Versus 13, of the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy, of even the early Kingdom Hearts 3 development. These were issues that were popping up then, and I wish they had just realized this sooner and corrected it back then, but better late than never. Which I will say, Final Fantasy 13, that trilogy, is a good example of reusing assets, because once they got the first Final Fantasy 13 game out, 13-2 and Lightning Returns came out super quick because they reused a lot of assets.
Yeah,
and
I only know people hated Lightning, so
I'm probably the exception, but I love Final Fantasy 13. But yeah, that's really it for this article. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is going to be the Kingdom Hearts 4 leaks. So here we go. Leaker shares Kingdom Hearts 4 details, and this just came out in the last couple of days, this leak. And again, this is kind of coinciding with the Kingdom Hearts coming to Steam. So there's kind of a nexus here of Kingdom Hearts information that's coming out all at once in just the last couple of days, which to me is signifying that there's stuff going on behind the scenes that is preparing us for some official Kingdom Hearts 4 news to come out very, very soon, and probably for the marketing push to start happening with Kingdom Hearts 4. So let's start. Wait a minute. What's this right here? Underrated Kingdom Hearts DS game gets unofficial remaster. Okay, that's a fan project. Yeah. Okay. So what?
I was just saying, like, boo, like, it's not a real remake or remaster of Days.
I thought it said official for a second. I was like, they're finally remaking Days. It's about fucking time.
Yeah, no, because they just said they're gonna work less, so Kingdom Hearts will take longer, less remakes and less games in between.
Yeah. Which again, like, okay, let's say if they actually did remake Days, that does not need to be done in the Kingdom Hearts 3 graphics. That can be a AA title, Square.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Like, you can just re-up the Kingdom Hearts 2 graphics and gameplay, and people would be like, it's like Kingdom Hearts 2, and they'd love it.
Yep. That's all you got to do.
And then people who are playing the series for the first time can just play it right after 2, and they won't notice the difference.
Jakala the Drago Wolf says Pete's Dragon for Kingdom Hearts. I have not seen Pete's Dragon since I was a kid.
I haven't seen it at all.
I don't hardly remember it, to be honest with you. All right, so let's look at these details. Damn it, I'm going to need to zoom in on that again.
They gotta have the ad space, so they have the articles real tiny.
I know, it makes it so hard to cover this shit. All right, let's see, how does that look? Okay, that's better. All right. So here we go. According to an established leaker, and this person, I forget their name, but I do know that this person has been right on a lot of shit. All right, so according to an established leaker, Kingdom Hearts 4, codenamed Quattro, that's probably the title they're using for it internally.
It's the worst code name ever. Like,
yeah, I know, like Quattro. Geez, I wonder what that's talking about. Will have small online features and looks very different from the first trailer. So what I'm talking about, like when it comes to how they could have done like an online thing with Olympus Coliseum in Kingdom Hearts 3,
yeah.
I feel like they may do something like that with Kingdom Hearts 4. But it's
I feel like small online tells me more what I was saying about a leaderboard.
Yeah.
Like something like, or if they'll do some type of like a Dark Souls message system, or some type of like Death Stranding interconnected world, like, you know, you don't interact with other people, but you kind of reach across, you know, time or dimensions or whatever, and you can aid other players with something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting. Like if you could just send players items to like auto heal them, or I don't know, like something like that.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't take away from the story, I'm fine.
Yeah. Some gimmick. They like to have gimmicks in their games.
Yeah. So apparently it looks very different from the first trailer, which does not surprise me at all, because the first trailer was made in Unreal Engine 4 and the game is actually being developed in Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna look like real people, and it'll be like, what? What is this, Kingdom Hearts?
I really do expect it to look quite a bit different. Midori, that's the leaker's name, Midori. Midori revealed information about developer Bitgroove working on Kingdom Hearts Missing Link with a beta test in April. Oh yeah, so one of the things that they recently got confirmed on, this leaker said that there was a beta test coming in April. That happened. It was like 3 months ago. They said that there's going to be a Steam release of the Kingdom Hearts games, and that just happened a couple of days. That just got announced a couple of days ago. So they've been right about this shit. There's no reason to think that they wouldn't be right about this as well. But again, until it's confirmed, you have to take it with a grain of salt. But I do put a lot of stock in this leak. All right, so rumors suggest the Kingdom Hearts series, including Kingdom Hearts 4, may come to Nintendo's Switch successor, expanding its multi-platform strategy. Which the rumors are is that apparently the next Nintendo system is going to be able to compete with PlayStation 5 and Series X.
Yeah, that's what they need to do.
Yeah, that is the rumor, and if that's true, there is no reason why Kingdom Hearts 4 cannot come to the system. So rumors have surfaced from a credible leaker with new details about Kingdom Hearts 4. The next game is hotly anticipated after the climactic ending to the Dark Seeker saga, and Kingdom Hearts 3 pointed to more for the overall series. While there has been some information shared about the upcoming release, the flow of news has been slow. Yeah, no fucking shit. Fans have grown curious about the status of Kingdom Hearts 4. May 20th was huge for the Kingdom Hearts series. A recent announcement revealed that Kingdom Hearts will be coming to Steam on June 13th. And fans have been excited about seeing the series reach an even wider audience. I think maybe one of the reasons why it's coming to Steam now is because they're using that to kind of kind of as part of the marketing push for Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts 4, where it's like, oh, now you can play all the games on Steam and get caught up in preparation for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah, and then 4 will launch on Steam, Epic, everything.
Yeah. And fans have been excited about seeing the series reach an even wider audience. Additionally, a platform exclusive Dead of Night Keyblade, which is just a palette swap of the one that came out on the Switch Cloud version, which you should not play because it's absolutely atrocious. But
well, and
whatever.
then because then the Epic Store one uses so it's the palette swap of the PlayStation one, right?
No. So the Xbox One and the PlayStation One have a similar shape, but they have different colors and different designs as far as like replicating the buttons from the controllers.
Yeah.
The one for the Switch looks like Mickey's Keyblade. Yeah.
Isn't the Epic one that one, or is the Epic one a PlayStation?
I think the Epic one is a palette swap of the Switch version.
Yeah. They gave up after it's like we keep having to make these Keyblades for these consoles. Just use the other one.
Yeah, and then the Steam version is a palette swap of that as well. But I like the colors. It's like dark blue and it's really nice. I like the colors. Blue is my favorite color, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah. No, no one's gonna use these anyway. Like when you play you don't use those console Keyblades in that game.
Notable leaker Midori shared new information about Kingdom Hearts 4. The game is reportedly named. Oh, that is a nice looking Mazda right there.
Thanks.
Damn,
thanks,
I like
Mazda.
the design. Yeah, I like the design they went for there. That was nice.
That's the gummy car.
Look at that though. That shit's nice. That's kind of got. It's not rugged, but it's not.
It's
like string,
like something you go outdoor in and drive down the city road.
Yeah, damn Mazda. Sexy as fuck.
I'm not a car person. So.
If I ever win the lottery, I might have to pay a little visit to the Mazda dealership. Just saying. So, anyways, back to Kingdom Hearts. The game is reportedly codenamed Quattro and will feature small online features and appears very different visually from what was shown back in its announcement trailer. In a thread, Midori notes that their source shared this information months back in addition to rumors about the series coming to Steam. Midori did not believe the rumors initially, but the Steam announcement helped to corroborate the rest of the information. Alongside the update on Kingdom Hearts 4, Midori has also recently claimed that Square Enix is developing a Final Fantasy IX remake. A remake for Final Fantasy IX has long been rumored, but there is no official announcement yet. Which, when the NVIDIA leaks came out years ago, some of the games that were on it for Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts 4, a new mobile game, which I think everybody believes now is actually missing Link. And the Final Fantasy IX remake was on there as well. And obviously Missing Link and Kingdom Hearts 4 have been announced. The only one from that leak that hasn't been announced yet is Final Fantasy IX. But if we got two of them, who's to say we're not going to get the third one that was on that list? So I think that is very likely to happen. I think we're going to get a 9 remake as well. And so if we get a 9 remake, I really hope it's not like the Final Fantasy 7 remake where they want to add all this new lore and stuff. Just do a straight up remake of the original game.
Yeah.
Give it better. Like, again, the Spyro Reignited trilogy, the Crash trilogy, like that. Like, it's the same basic game. It's just prettier and it runs
like
smoother.
How remakes have operated since before Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Yes. It's the same game, but it's prettier and it runs smoother. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I need, Square. Again, not everything has to be AAA. Midori additionally revealed that their source told them about developer Big Groove working on Kingdom Hearts Missing Link and planning a beta test for April, which that did happen. Aside from Kingdom Hearts 4, Square Enix has stayed quiet about these rumors that have proven mostly accurate. It is easier to confirm much of this information in hindsight, however. Well, I mean, duh, obviously. How else are you going to confirm it? Kingdom Hearts fans appear to have exciting new updates to look forward to, and news may be fast approaching if the rumors about Kingdom Hearts 4 releasing in 2025 are also true. Which, if it does release in 2025, I don't think, because you got to think, if it's going to be early 2025, that means we have less than a year of marketing. That's not how Square Enix does things. That has never been how Square Enix does
They need
things.
time to spoil the whole game first.
Yeah, I know that, unfortunately, but that's how Square Enix does. I have been with this company for, let's see, what is this, 2024? I have been with this company for almost 30, like 25 fucking years or whatever. Like whenever I first played a Final Fantasy game. I have been with this company forever, dude. I know how they think, okay? So if it's going to come out in 2025, it will be late 2025, because let's say we get a new trailer this summer and that starts the marketing push. That is a year and a half of marketing they can do, pretty much. That makes a lot more sense. That sounds like the Square Enix I know.
Yeah, like if it's like October is usually like when they release games, but then they started moving that to February.
Yeah.
Like no one does December. They don't want to do December.
Right. But I know this company, dude. So if, again, it'll be a year and a half of marketing, and they'll release 13 trailers during this year and a half, and we will know 80% of what the fuck is going to happen.
And we'll be able to guess the 100% of it. Like,
yes.
Yeah, that's what people were guessing, that Come Guardian was Terra. Like, there's like,
well, to be fair, Dream Drop Distance did hint at that. When Riku encounters the Guardian, he like holds up his Keyblade to the Guardian, and the Guardian backs off, and it's like, okay, is that Terra? Like Terra's heart was reacting to the person that he chose to wield the Keyblade. So
yeah,
I mean that was more one of those things that was foreshadowed, and then it just finally got confirmed, pretty much. All right, let's see. Is that the end of the article? Their story is looking.
If he's gonna look even better, like Haley Joel Osment's voice is not gonna fit him. I'm gonna have to play in the Japanese dub.
Well, Nomura did say that the way Sora looks in Quadratum is not how he's going to look throughout the entire game. So he's going to look different for each world that he's in.
This is just hyper photorealistic Sora, but it still just looks weird. It's just like it doesn't. It's like, it's like the most Japanese he's ever been.
Yeah, I believe. Oh no, here we go. There's more. Another bit of information from Midori claims that the Kingdom Hearts series, including Kingdom Hearts 4, is headed to Nintendo's Switch successor. If this claim is true, it shows that the broad appeal of Kingdom Hearts is recognized as an asset, as Square Enix is using it to lead its multi-platform. Now, that would be interesting if, like, the first major multi-platform release turns out to be Kingdom Hearts 4.
I mean, that seems kind of just how it's going to shake out. Like, if they're not going to put any other, well, I mean, they still have other Square games, I suppose. But if they're not putting anything out after Rebirth until Kingdom Hearts 4,
yeah. So that could be interesting. Like, we could really see Kingdom Hearts get like a major amount of spotlight. If that's the case, because it could be like the kind of the leader, the
flagship.
There we go, the flagship for like this new era of Square Enix. That's kind of cool. That gets me excited. That tickles my nuts a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, right, just right down in there.
Yeah,
just a little.
Yeah. That is still a sexy Mazda, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm talking about like sexy. That Kingdom Hearts 1, like cover art, is to me still the best.
Oh yeah,
I think it's better than the 2s.
And when you look at it, it's a city with a giant heart-shaped moon.
Mm-hmm.
This was basically like the cover of Kingdom Hearts 1 foreshadows the world that never was.
Yeah.
It's foreshadowing
the cover for Kingdom Hearts 3 foreshadows the Quadratum.
Yeah. That people will want to criticize Nomura's writing, but I'm telling you, the man knows what he's doing. Like we don't always understand Nomura, but Nomura knows what he's doing. He's got this shit planned out. It's like the good book says, God's ways are not our ways.
like he says, Nomura moves in mysterious ways.
I'm just picturing like that scene in the Hunchback of Notre Dame where Frollo's like, and who knows, our Lord works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
And I can just picture myself looking at a stained glass of Nomura.
The stained glass of Nomura, like a Sistine Chapel painting of Nomura.
Who knows?
Put zippers on it. As our holy book says, put belts and zippers where belts and zippers were not before.
What? And then a kid's like, Daddy, what function do these belts and zippers serve? Do not ask such questions. That is blasphemy. They are not meant to serve a purpose. They are meant to look cool.
That is what the gypsies say.
You'll be burned at the stake, you little fool. Keep your mouth shut. Oh, man.
So on the 7th day, he released the game onto the other handheld console. And then the next week, a different handheld console. And all carried story information. Amen.
I'm just picturing Nomura getting whoever took him off of the Versus 13 project, like holding them over a well and being like, this is an unholy demon. I am sending it back to hell where it belongs.
You must be forced to make Versus 13, Nomura.
It's like, listen, motherfucker, I'm going to get my Versus 13 whether you like it or not. It's happening, okay? Shit. I mean, that's literally what Verum Rex is.
That's the like, because Frollo was forced to raise Quasimodo, so it'd be like, you are forced to work on Final Fantasy VII, Nomura.
Yeah. He like maybe he's got like some disdain for the whole company, and he's looking at the Square Enix headquarters over in Japan. And he's like, you know, who knows? Our Lord works in mysterious ways. Even this foul creature may one day prove to be of some use to me. I don't think I would even call Melody of Memory a AAA game. Oh no, it's not. Melody of Memory is a AA game at most. That's probably one reason why
20 minutes of story content.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So we were talking about the Final Fantasy IX remake, and that's actually the last bit of news that I wanted to bring up, even though we were talking mostly about Kingdom Hearts 4. I do want to bring this up because Jesus Christ, the ads.
Yeah. You get some ad blocker on there, Jesker.
Yeah, I could, but I mean, mostly I stick to YouTube most of the time. And I've got YouTube Premium, so I don't need it. But
yeah, you like the ad blocker I use, you can turn off for a specific site. So I turn it off for YouTube because I have YouTube Premium.
Which one do you have?
If I don't know if you use Google Chrome, but I'm assuming it's on everything. I think even Firefox, but it's uBlock Origin or just uBlock.
Okay, yeah, I'm using Chrome right now because my streaming software it plays nice with Chrome. Like I have a Mac and I do have Safari, but the streaming software does not play nice with Safari. It does not like Safari.
Yeah, like uBlock is what everyone recommended. I'm sure it's changed now, but it still works perfectly fine for me.
Yeah. All right. So rumors of a Final Fantasy, and again, these are coming from the same leaker. Rumors of a Final Fantasy IX remake are gaining traction with industry insiders and leakers backing the project's existence. Fans eagerly wait a minute. Can people read this, or is this? What is this?
We can read the bullet points perfectly fine. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That looks okay. We'll roll with that. All right, so rumors of a Final Fantasy IX remake are gaining traction with industry insiders and leakers backing the project's existence. Fans eagerly await a potential modern reimagining of Final Fantasy IX, a beloved classic in the iconic franchise's lineup. While details remain scarce, speculation mounts as sources suggest Square Enix has plans for a faithful remake of Final Fantasy IX. And I'm hoping by faithful they mean an actual
One-to-one.
remake, not a redo, reimagining, whatever the hell Final Fantasy VII is.
Sequel.
Yeah. A requel, I guess is what you would call it.
Yeah.
A trusted industry insider supported rumors claiming a Final Fantasy IX remake is in development at Square Enix. Talks regarding a possible modern reimagining of Final Fantasy IX have been circulating among the community for some time now, with various sources alluding to the project in the past few months, while developers have yet to deny or confirm any of the hearsay surrounding the speculated modern reimagining. Another leaker has come forward to support the reports and claimed the remake is only one of the many projects in Square Enix's production pipeline. Where the fuck is my Final Fantasy VIII remake, Square? I don't know what it is, but I guess I'm weird when it comes to Final Fantasy fans because 8 was controversial when it came out, 13 was controversial when it came out, and I liked both of those games. I detest 15. I think 15 is straight donkey dicks. All right. I do not like 15. 15 was an incomplete mess. It did not even feel like a Final Fantasy game. At least 8 and 13 feel like Final Fantasy games. Shit. Anyways, I had to get that off my chest. Since its release in 2000, Final Fantasy IX has remained one of the most beloved entries in the franchise. It's a lot of people's favorites. Retaining a sizable following even over 2 decades after its initial launch on the original PlayStation. It is widely regarded as a classic of the generation, and its many fans have hoped Square Enix's recent interest in the modernization of its most acclaimed titles, such as with the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, excuse me, might eventually lead to the release of a faithful remake of Final Fantasy IX. Square Enix Square Enix producer Naoki Yoshida also fueled speculation of an impending announcement of a modern reimagining when he implied that there was a reason that Final Fantasy XIV's upcoming Dawn Trail expansion heavily referenced Final Fantasy IX. Okay. So they might be using 14's new expansion to market this remake. That actually makes a lot of sense. Hey guys, you like playing Final Fantasy 14? Well, check out this other game called Final Fantasy IX Remake.
Or it's remember Final Fantasy 9? Yeah, I remember.
This wasn't no beds in Final Fantasy 9,
There's
brother.
no beds yet there when they didn't come around yet. I'd play Final Fantasy 9 if I could kick some Albed butt, I'll tell you that.
The world was right before there was Albeds. Though Square Enix has yet to officially announce a Final Fantasy. No, wait, hold up. The Final Fantasy series was better before the Albeds were introduced.
Yeah, then
everything's been going downhill since they introduced those Albeds. Dirty fucking Albeds.
Square Enix promises no more Albeds. But
though Square Enix has yet to officially announce a Final Fantasy IX remake, notable leaker Midori sources have claimed that the project was already in the works. When asked whether Square Enix had any notable remakes in the production pipeline, Midori specifically claimed an upcoming modern reimagining of Final Fantasy IX was in the works, though they did not clarify whether the remake was only in pre-production or full development was already underway. Final Fantasy IX remake will reportedly be faithful to the original. So that sounds like it's going to be a straight up remake, not a redo or requel like 7, but an actual bona fide remake. Not much has been confirmed regarding the rumored Final Fantasy IX project. However, this was also not the first time news of a remake reached the public. Yeah, this has been out there for at least a year. A previous report from user Silk Knight on Twitter claimed developers were aiming for a Final Fantasy IX remake that was faithful to the original and that the project retained a modest budget in comparison to other Square Enix titles, which that kind of tells me that it's going to be very similar. It's basically going to be like the type of remake that we've been talking about. It's going to be
Yeah. Well,
like the original game.
that screenshot, the characters look kind of stylized.
Yeah.
Like
Well, this
the one
is
up, like the one up farther. Like, is that what the game looks like? I assume.
yes, that's what it looked like on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah. So that doing like a mod or like an upscale of that would probably be perfectly fine.
Yeah. It's Final Fantasy 9 went for a more cartoonish stylized look compared to 7 and 8, which were more realistic. So yeah, it's more of a cartoonish style. I guess you'd call it the Wind Waker of the Final Fantasy series. Let's see. Let's see. Silk Knight additionally reported that the remake was initially slated for release on the Nintendo Switch, but was later scaled up to fit its highly anticipated successor console, which is interesting. I mean, I doubt at this point it would be a Nintendo exclusive, given they want to go multi-platform. But if at one point it was considered for a Nintendo exclusivity, that's kind of interesting, considering it was originally a PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah, and that would tell you that they're going for that cartoony style too.
Right. While it's not the most iconic entry in the franchise, Final Fantasy IX is still regarded as a classic title, with legions of fans at its beck and call. However, as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's poor sales have shown, a successful remake requires more than an established fan base, and it remains to be seen if the speculated reimagining can breathe new life into the classic JRPG.
Well, it needs to be an actual remake.
Yes. Well, that and can we please can we keep the turn-based combat? For the love of God, if we're going to do a straight up remake, you can make the combat smoother. You can add a couple of new features here or there, but at its core, it needs to stay the same.
Combat needs to be as smooth as an Outbed's brain butter.
We're all going to hell.
They're fictional. It's a fictional whatever they are. I don't even know what an Outbed is. If it's a race, if it's a religion, if it's a...
It is... So in the world of Final Fantasy X, you have a religion known as the religion of Yu Yevon, and basically their whole purpose is to fight against this giant monster called Sin, who destroys technologically advanced cities. Like whenever somebody gets too technologically advanced, it destroys them. So the followers of Yevon have a strong biased against technology, and the Albed do not follow the religion of Yevon, so the Albed use technology quite excessively, and as a result of that, the followers of Yevon they look down upon the Albed because they think the Albed are just provoking sin, pretty much.
So what you saying, butter?
So yeah, if this is true and it's going to be like an actual remake, then that is awesome. Because I do so like my favorite Final Fantasy games are the PlayStation 1 games, 7, 8, and 9. Those are my 3 top favorite Final Fantasy games. That is what I
now
so, yeah.
Are the characters here, are these the struggle people like from Kingdom Hearts 2? Like Cypher
Vivi is.
Okay. Just that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I asked if this was the one that had it or not.
All right, so Cypher, Fu, and Raijin are actually from Final Fantasy VIII. And then Vivi, the character you see here, he's from Final Fantasy IX.
So this is the only Final Fantasy IX character in Kingdom Hearts?
Yes. And I think one of the reasons for that is because Nomura did not design the characters for 9. But he did design the characters for 7 and 8. Because originally in Final Fantasy VIII, Cypher was actually Squall's rival. But yeah, Nomura likes to use characters that he actually designed from Final Fantasy, and I don't think he did any work on Final Fantasy IX, but he threw Vivi in there because, well, Vivi is fucking adorable. Everybody loves Vivi. So that was kind of the last bit of news that I had as far as stuff that has come out. And it is an interesting time for sure to be a Kingdom Hearts fan. Did I already visit Sid? I think I already visited Sid. I believe I visited Sid. Hold on.
I don't think so.
I did. Or the cutscene would have activated. Yeah. But no, it's definitely an interesting time to be a Kingdom Hearts fan. That's for sure. Or to be a Square Enix fan in general. And I'm interested as to where. Are you kidding me, move, badass.
Walk all the way around.
So, I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very excited for what we're gonna get this summer because I think that we are going to get some Kingdom Hearts 4 information this summer. I think we could get the announcement of Final Fantasy IX Remake, although that might still be a little ways off.
I could see that at Games Fest if it, because just like
yeah.
Why did they jump straight to 9 though? I guess because if they're doing it like 8 will probably be more in line with Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Well, 8 is not as beloved as 7 and 9. I mean it's mainly because 8 has a very weird combat system called the it has like, so your summons in that game, you can junction your characters to them and you like grow your abilities like by junctioning to a summon. So like leveling up and stuff is very reliant on the summons. People didn't like that. There's also the draw system, which it's a different way to do magic compared to other games. Where's this other shadow at? Did it fall? The shadow fell, didn't it? So you like draw magic from your environment, and instead of having an MP gauge, you have like a number of spells depending on how many you've collected. It just did some things that were very different from the other Final Fantasy games before it, and it was controversial as a result. I personally like it. I like the story. Some people don't like the story because it's got time travel involved. But I like Final Fantasy VIII. But not everybody. It's not everybody's cup of tea, and so that's probably why they're not focusing on it as much. I hope we get a remake one day because I think the game is awesome, but I don't know. We'll see. But no, 8, 9, 7, that's my favorite era of Final Fantasy. I think that's when the series was at its peak, to be honest. So Movie Madness says, Sora took 2 steps in the Hunchback world, and the first thing Frollo says is, your clothes suck.
You must be a gypsy.
You must be an Albed.
You must be an We even hate the Albeds even here.
Oh, yes, we know of your kind.
I know of the Albed disease. Why do you think there are no Albeds in the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
It's because I burned them all at the stake.
Who do you think I started with?
Before there was gypsies, my hatred was drawn to the Albed.
They do not worship the Lord.
They do not worship the Lord, Nomura.
Nomura does not like the Albeds. That's why they are not mentioned in any Kingdom Hearts game.
Well, actually, no, Riku, the one that's like with the little fairy in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
She's an Albed.
But like, do they like say like, Albed, or
no?
Nomura retconned the Albed.
And then Yuna is actually half Albed. Riku's her cousin. It was her. Yeah, it was her mother that was the Albed, if I'm not mistaken.
See, brother, there's no Albeds left in those. That's the true world order, brother. That's the true world order we got to protect, brother. There's no Albeds.
We gotta protect the world order from the Albed, brother. It was the Albeds that started the Keyblade War.
Did you know that's what my grandma used to tell me?
Yes. That's Waka's grandmother just tells him the same exact story that Kyrie's grandmother told her.
It's the Albeds.
So
the Albeds took all the darkness, little brother.
So always remember, little brother, that even when you're surrounded by those filthy, stinking, smelly ass Albed, there will always be a light there to protect you.
It's your blitz ball, brother. You gotta throw your ball, brother.
Fuck you, Leon. No.
Well, you
That's
take
right,
me like
take
an
it.
Albed, brother.
I am going to beat you.
I've never beaten Leon. Like I said, I've only done it like 2 or 3 times.
You just gotta play cautiously. There we go. Stunned you ass, bitch.
Good. He gets dizzy like an Albed does when you put him in the
Yes,
washing
again.
machine, brother.
There we go. Fuck you, bitch.
His head gets all fuzzy like an Albed when you give him a math problem, brother.
You sure that ain't the drugs, Waka? You mean, how dare you, brother?
It could be, brother. Those
What are you
Albeds,
accusing me of, brother?
they own all that materia. I hear they break them up and snort it.
You accusing me of doping before blitzball games? Yeah.
They take those materia orbs, brother. They put them in their crack pipe and they smoke them, brother.
Oh shit.
Why do you think they're blue, brother?
Oh, is that like the Final Fantasy version of the blue meth?
Yeah, the good materia. Break it up and snort it.
That's fucking wild.
This one gives you a +2 fire damage, brother.
+2 fire damage. Oh, Riku. Waking up. I mean, this is kind of unfair. I mean, Sora woke up and he's got like these Final Fantasy characters to help him out. Riku wakes up in a new world and it's fucking Maleficent.
He gets
It's
the
like,
villains right away.
yeah, it's like it's no wonder he got screwed over in this game. I mean, did he really have a chance?
You see, they tell us that this world used to have a different name, you know, brother. Now it's Hollow Brother. Then the Albeds moved in. It's not Radiant Garden no more. The Albeds trampled over all the flowers and all the radiance.
Ever since the Albed moved in, there's been nothing radiant about this garden.
It's just a hollow bastion of Albeds.
Oh, dude, I remember when it was first revealed that Aerith was going to be in this game. People lost their fucking minds.
All I know is that I know that Sephiroth must be an Albed when he stabbed her. It's only those dirty Albeds stabbed that Aerith, brother.
Which actually, it wasn't supposed to be Aerith that was going to be the cameo in this game. It was going to be some character from Parasite Eve. I've never played Parasite Eve, but it was going to be a character from that. And then instead of Yuffie, it was actually going to be Riku from Final Fantasy X. And even Yuffie's clothes here, they're pretty much Riku's clothes from Final Fantasy X that she's wearing. But they decided to go with Aerith because obviously people would freak out seeing like, oh my god, Aerith is in this game, even though she died in 7, blah 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 blah. You know, people would lose their shit. And then it's also
crazy
Riku,
to think now, which is really like with Aerith being alive in 2 different game universes currently, you know, like because she's she's in Kingdom Hearts, and I don't know if she dies in Remake or Rebirth or not, but
yeah, I won't spoil it.
Well, I ain't gonna play it, but
well, I mean, for the people watching it.
Yeah. Well, I just don't know with what part of the timeline does that cover, if that's newer or later in the games or not.
It goes well.
All I know is that all I know about Final Fantasy VII, besides what I played in Remake, is that she does die, and then something about like a spaceship in a volcano in a meteorite or meteor or something, like, just from what I gathered from Smash, from Sephiroth's stage in Smash.
Well, they'll probably change it up in remake, but essentially Sephiroth's plan is to. So there's this thing called the life stream, which is basically the life energy of the planet.
Yeah.
And Sephiroth's plan is to basically summon a big ass meteor to hit the planet. And when that happens, the life stream will attempt to heal the planet after the impact. Of course, the impact is going to wipe out all life on the planet when that happens. But the life stream will attempt to heal the planet from that injury. And Sephiroth's plan is to be there in the middle of it in order to absorb the life stream and to become a god. That was his plan in the original version of Final Fantasy VII. Now,
Right.
based on his dialogue in the remake, he's probably got something a lot bigger planned.
Well, he's like stopping his own defeat or something, or
Yeah.
he's reverse flashing himself back in time.
But there's also that whole thing that we saw at the end of the part 1 of the remake where he was talking about like the edge of creation, and the implication I got there is that there's a larger life stream, like there's the life stream of the planet, but there might be a life stream of the universe itself. And I don't know what that's all about, but there seems to be like something bigger going on here.
Cloud, you don't understand my true intentions. I have to destroy the life stream to destroy all Al Beds in existence.
Jesus. You don't understand, brother. The Albeds die and they become part of the life stream. They contaminate the life stream with their filthy
You
Albed
gotta purge the life stream, brother.
It's the only way, brother. If we don't, it'll infect
I don't want
universe.
to go with no life stream that's got an Al Bed in it, brother. I'll tell you that.
No
I'll
way.
tell you that right now.
I'd rather go to hell, brother. Because
I ain't gonna do that.
in any place where there are Albed is hell to me, brother.
Tell me, brother. I'd rather burn with no Al Beds than live peacefully with one.
Yeah. Better to burn in hell than to live in heaven without beds.
Do you think that we're gonna get the reveal that the guy that opens up the curtain to say the paintings are nice is actually the Master of Masters?
God, I hope so, dude. I mean, that's the only thing that really makes sense to me. I mean, what else could it be?
Well, he also speaks through a thought bubble, not a speech bubble. So it's like who knows what's going on? Like, who knows what's going on with that? But just like I want someone to make the fan art of him just like just the other side of it. It's a dark room and he's like holding the curtain and he like turns and looks at the camera and like shushes, or he like does like the tee hee hee like hand over his mouth thing.
He's just been sitting there the entire time throughout the entire Xehanort saga.
Every time people check the paintings, I'd have to tell them the paintings are nice. And then Zigbar walks over and he's like, Master, what are you doing here? And it's like, well, I just want to do this. I have a plan, Luxu. You don't understand. This is part of it.
Turns out the reason he's so obsessed with painting is because the Master of Masters is actually Bob Ross.
You know how hard it is to paint with one eye? My other eye is looking in the Keyblade somewhere?
Look, Sora, what you got to understand is there's no mistakes, just happy little accidents.
Let's put a nice little bald mountain right there.
That's right.
No Al Beds on this bald mountain.
There's a little Heartless here, a little Heartless there. Maybe he's got a little friend right there. It doesn't matter. It's your world.
Little sniper wild up in the tree.
It's your world. You do what you want.
No Al Beds, though.
No Al Beds.
There are no mistakes, only for Al Beds.
The primordial darknesses are actually Al Beds.
Not even a darkness wants to touch an Al Bed, brother.
You don't have to worry about an Al Bed turning into a Heartless. Not even the darkness would touch that.
That's what my grandmother used to say. That's what my master used to say. Is the darkness don't even touch the Al Beds, brother.
Keyblade Wars started because of those filthy fucking Al Beds.
Keyblades don't even work on Al Beds because they don't have doors, brother. Houses, they don't have doors.
All right, let's go. We'll go fight guard armor, and I think I'm going to call it a stream after that. So I would say Summer Game Fest is probably when we're going to get these announcements, would be my guess.
I don't think we'll get Kingdom Hearts 4, but probably like the little Square Enix stuff. I don't know if we're gonna get Kingdom Hearts 4 at Summer Game Fest. I feel like I get my hopes up at every Summer Game Fest and stuff, and then it's always like games I don't care about. I'm like,
I mean,
it have to be at some like, is there a there would have to be like a Japanese show.
Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, like they'd have to do it there, I'd imagine.
But the thing is, Square Enix has not shown up at the Tokyo Game Show in years.
I guess they did show Final Fantasy VII stuff at like other Keeley's things, I think. So
yeah. But they have been at Summer Game Fest, so that's why I'm thinking that there might be a really good shot of it showing up there. If not there, maybe at D23 later this year. That's a possibility because they did have Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers at D23. Disney actually,
or like once it's announced, they'll spoil the ending at D23.
Oh no,
it's gonna happen. It's gonna be the first trailer.
No,
the first trailer is gonna show Xehanort shaking Sora's hand inside of Shibuya, and Sora's gonna have like white hair and gold eyes, and people are gonna be like, "What's happening?"
Dude, I'm telling you, Xehanort's gonna show back up, but he's gonna be a good guy. He's gonna be an ally.
But that'll be the thing. It'll be like the context will be weird. It'll be like, why is Sora's been Norded? What's happening?
Can you imagine Xehanort just like sees Sora and he's like, "Look, guys, it's my good friend Sora," and Sora just summons the Keyblade. He's like, "I'll fucking kill you."
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Literally. I hope it's not old Xehanort though. I want it to be a young Xehanort that helps him out.
Or
I'm done with old Xehanort.
Like, do it and have it like his hair is hidden or something, where he's like he's in a hoodie or he's something where you don't see his white hair. Then it's like, it's Xehanort.
Yeah.
Twist, even though the voice actor is the same as young Xehanort.
Yeah. I mean, and maybe I'm a little bit biased. I mean, I think Dark Road with the whole 14th life thing, I think really does not confirm, but greatly foreshadows that he's coming back. But I might be a little bit biased because I really like Xehanort.
If I had 14 lives, brother, I'd spend 13 of them fighting those Albeds.
And I'd spend the 14th one enjoying a world free of Albed.
That's what I do, brother.
I mean, obviously, I don't agree with Xehanort's methods, clearly. But just in terms of like the character, the look, the design, him as a like what he does, like what he represents in the series, like I think he's a really good foil to Sora.
Yeah.
Because everything Sora is, Xehanort is kind of the inverse of. Like Xehanort understands the importance of connections and the bonds between hearts, but he understands their importance in a way to that like to where he can manipulate them and use them to progress his plans. He doesn't really value them for like the bonds in and of themselves. It's just for whatever he can use to manipulate them with. And that to me is like, that's why when in Dream Drop Distance, when Xemnas is giving that speech about using and manipulating the organization, Sora's like, that's enough. Like, you talk about hearts like they're just bottles on a shelf. And it's like, that was like, that scene really did encapsulate like the difference between Xehanort's ideology and Sora's ideology. And I love that. Now, obviously, I think Xehanort, I've said before, I think Xehanort's going to come back as an ally. So maybe he's had a change of heart. Maybe, I mean, clearly he did by the end of the Kingdom Hearts 3, but it's going to be interesting to see Xehanort in that type of role. If I'm right and he does come back in that type of role. Movie Madness says, I also find it funny to see Sora interacting with Phoebus and Esmeralda when Haley Joel Osment voiced their son in Hunchback 2. Did he?
Hunchback 2, I hear, is like terrible.
It's
Like
awful.
it's the worst of the direct to DVD movie.
Oh, it's absolutely shitty, dude. It's and the animation is fucking nasty. I mean, the animation is just ugly. It's like compared to the original, and I get it. It's a direct to video sequel. I get it, but when you compare it to something like Little Mermaid 2 or uh
Peter
Lion
Pan
King
2
2
or
or
Lion
Peter
King
Pan 2,
1.5,
dude,
Lion King 1.5. Like,
it's not even close. The animation's fucking terrible.
yeah.
I'm just like, holy gee. I mean, it's like like uh, like one of those old Saturday morning. Well, no, not that bad, but it looks like TV animation, but yet it's in a Disney movie, and it's like, ew. Like, what are we doing? It's bad. It's really bad. But I think we're gonna call it a stream. I'm actually after this stream, I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to get some coffee in my system, and I'm actually going to go and stream over on the Pop Culture channel. And I'm going to do my live reaction to One Piece tonight instead of waiting until Sunday. I'm going to try and do it tonight, and I'm going to do it in a live stream format because I think I'm going to get more views if I just do it early. Like, fuck it. Instead of waiting for the official release on Sunday, I'm going to use the scans. I'm going to use the scanlations. That's what I'm going to do. So, I'll probably be streaming over there in about an hour. And for everybody watching this stream, if you want to go check out that stream, I've got the link down in the description box below. But also, I will go ahead and post the link to my channel, my pop culture channel, in the chat. Give me 1 second. Boom. All right. There's the link to the pop culture channel in the chat. Was Kyrie brought to Captain Hook's ship, or is that where she ended up when Destiny Islands was destroyed? No. We don't actually know where Kyrie ended up. I don't think they ever say. But Maleficent was able to find her, and then they used Captain Hook's ship to go to where she was to retrieve her. So, no, she did not end up on Captain Hook's ship. Now, it might be possible she ended up in Neverland, like the island of Neverland. Like, that might be possible, but I don't think they ever confirm where she ended up at. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Wizard, you got anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Just don't go streaming those out beds, brother.
That's
Steal
right.
your views, you know. They'll get your channel taken away, brother.
That's right. Listen, man, stay the fuck away from the owl bed. They're bad news. They're trouble. My dog is scratching like crazy over in the corner, making a ruckus in his kennel. Hey, would you chill the fuck out? You're annoying me like an owl bed. All right. So that's gonna wrap it up. Interesting stuff. I think I'm gonna be more active on the gaming channel. I'm gonna get back to some Let's Plays I was doing. Like we're gonna get back to it. We're gonna get back to the grind. Kingdom Hearts is about to explode. Kingdom Hearts is about to go crazy, man. It's gonna be wild. We're in for a fun ride. I got a feeling that this summer is gonna be the start of it. I really do. But that's going to wrap it up for this stream. I will see you guys next time. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share the content, blah, 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 blah. If you want to support the channel financially, that information is at the bottom of your screen. Go do it. Always appreciated. And I will see you guys. If you want to head over to the Pop Culture channel, I'll see you guys probably in about an hour. And we're going to do a live reaction to the latest One Piece chapter. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Wizard, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Wizard, you there? Wizard. All right, he's gone. Damn. All right, he dipped. All right. So, anyways, yeah, thanks, Wizard, for coming on. Thanks everybody for showing up. Much appreciated. I will see you guys in the next one. All right. Till then, this is Jesker James signing out. See you guys in about an hour on the Pop Culture Channel for One Piece, chapter 1115. Peace out.